copy and paste all of this.
I'm out here standing up, but I'll probably want to say the album soon. I knew it. As soon as I said something different.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Don't even stop cheesing. This ain't funny.
It's always funny.
Where the green one at?
What are you talking about?
Put the green one on.
The who?
The green one. The green headband.
The green headband. Why I need the green headband?
Just get the green one.
Why I gotta
just get the?
Why are you forcing me to put on the green one?
He said, "Get the green one."
Get the green one.
Is it better? Is it good for you?
You know what? Never mind. Put the red one, the blue one on, and
it's the decisions that he's trying to
make it match the shirt.
Make it match.
Not you trying to put no, nigga. I ain't put
PlayStation button head ass.
Anywho,
that's nuts.
And I definitely got the PlayStation buttons tattooed on my knuckles.
I'm saying, yo,
man, punch you dead in my chest. Ah, shit.
Exclusives.
All right, so
Spider-Man by Insomniac.
welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Sorry for the hiatus. A lot of shit, a lot of tomfoolery, fuckery, and bullshit been going on. I ain't got no music in the background because, you know, I'm a fucking scrub. I don't know how to fucking stream. I'm L streamer. I'm not a good streamer. It's okay. It's fine. Anywho, welcome back. We're here, episode 5, with our motherfucking boy, Mr. Dreamer himself, Mr. kalesdad, Chris with a motherfucking K. This nigga here. Just look at him. Look at him. Look at his face. How you doing today, Brody? How's everything with you?
I'm feeling actually very fantastic. How about you all? How you all feeling?
Just vibing, bro.
Talking for the last hour.
Yeah.
To be here now, right now. No time before.
Right now.
Right motherfucking now. But I'm glad to have you here. It's been you've been on my mind to bring you on here, but it's like at the same time can't hear him 200 right now. That is crazy. Like I've been turning him up and he just get lower and lower every time.
Yeah, the mic has been tripping out lately.
There we go. All right.
Do I sound better now?
Yeah, I got you at like 133.
Okay, lit. I'll try to stay close to the mic then.
I need you to throw the mic, please. Thank you.
Oh.
You first.
Okay, I got 5 billion.
Well, we know you on this time too. Let's get it. All right.
Cool. Okay. Anyways.
You know, if it don't sound like radio static, I don't want it.
But yeah, so with that being said, I think I did the intro properly. Also with Shion and Kay. Yeah.
Wow. I'm such an afterthought. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I get it.
Fuck us.
Like,
I guess I'm gonna leave.
What do you mean?
Y'all got it.
Bring your ass. Don't you go no goddamn well. Get your ass back here. Nah,
Y'all got it.
As a bedroom producer, I understand. You know, I understand my role. But damn, you ain't gotta be like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right, you making it seem like you had a quick nut and it was just nothing. Like, I'm more than that.
Why you gotta put it like that, Lord?
I'm more than that.
That's crazy.
Nigga didn't
That's
cover
wild.
nothing.
Nothing.
That's so wild.
No forehead kisses. No head pats.
Like,
no
damn,
little huggy.
I thought you at least be a little tired or something.
That's crazy.
No high five. Nothing.
No breakfast in the morning. You know what I'm saying? No brushing the hair to the side and saying, you know what? I had a good night. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing.
None of that.
Nigga can't even lie.
He can't even lie.
Nigga just laugh.
I can't.
It was like my Uber's outside.
Listen, no words.
He's like my Uber's outside. I gotta go.
He didn't even say that.
on
He
and
didn't
left.
even say that. He just put everything on and just left.
Yeah, that's it.
No words.
Anywho,
Almost forgot his drawers.
Before we get into the whole nitty gritty of things, because if y'all don't know, which you should know, if you don't know, Chris actually just dropped an album not too long ago, Friday to be exact. And can y'all see the screen that I'm sharing right now on Discord?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to play a little snippet, well, not really a snippet, a song from his album, which is the first actual song on the album. So I want to play that real quick for y'all so y'all can understand what the fuck we finna get into. So here we go.
I see days passing, I fantasize about the days back when I didn't care. I was just me. I wasn't focused on so many things. Now all of my baggage can't fit on this plane. I open my eyes to my clothes laid and my son fed. My fiance in a big yard with a nice fence. Where the neighbors at? Haven't seen him since. Doesn't matter. I done meditated.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Bro. It's just like what gets me about that fucking song of how he fucking smoothly transition.
Okay. English is hard. We already know.
Transition.
Would you listen to this album? Would you listen to another one?
He transitioned into the fucking like him rapping into the beat. It's just like
It's the flow, like it's just the flow of it. I don't care what. You already know I'm fangirl.
This whole album is the entire definition of music is therapy.
Yes.
Facts.
This is what this album is.
Like,
yes.
Because if y'all know Chris, if y'all like know him and just like sitting in his streams or just like personally talk to him in his Discord, you know his vibe. So it's the fact like you can hear him spilling out his soul into this fucking album. Like you can feel and hear that shit. Like I was listening to it the first time when it first dropped. Like it was like 6 o'clock in the morning when I heard that motherfucker. And I was like, and I woke up and was like, nigga, this is not the feeling that I wanted to feel when I woke up. Hold on.
You said, nigga, you're feeling it today, nigga. You're feeling it today.
Right.
Off rip.
My God, damn, son. Jesus.
You should have heard when I was talking to, funny enough, the other person that's on this album, the amazing themicfive or Micah, when we were talking about doing this album, and I introduced making it a therapy session. She was like, yes, I love the idea. I was like, okay, great. I said, okay, so let's get on Discord real quick. I'm gonna tell you how I'm starting the album. And I spoke, because of course we didn't have our back and forth at first. It was just like how the beat starts.
Mm-hmm.
So I start talking, and I'm just like speaking, and then I go into the verse, and she like leaned real close into her camera, and she said, "That's how the album starts?" I was like, yeah.
That's a great starter.
Well, yeah,
yeah.
I already knew the album was gonna be fire just from hearing Jimmy Kudos. Like once I heard that shit, I was like, oh, this nigga finna be in his motherfucking bag. I already know. You can't tell me shit.
Definitely can.
Appreciate you.
Time.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and hit you with the nitty gritty. What is the reason for the album? Why did you make the album?
Well, I hate rap, so no, I'm kidding. So,
Yes, nigga.
Guess we're just gonna close it up, y'all. We're gonna close it up.
Straight up.
Close it up.
No, so I had been making like a lot of music, so you're gonna like, this is gonna be really funny to a lot of y'all. Songs like Moanin', what's going on, Sadie? Thank you for being in here. Songs like Moanin', Catacombs, and I guess To Tell the Origin would be the best, right?
Mm-hmm.
This project was originally going to be an urban western. If you listen to tracks like Zeus of the East and Catacombs, now that I said that, when you hear it and you think western, especially Zeus of the East, you're gonna be like, holy shit, yeah. So it was supposed to be an urban western. I wrote Moanin', Zeus of the East, and Catacombs almost 2 years ago.
Oh.
Yeah. I've had these in the bag, so it's been such a like it's kind of crazy because I've been I had it like that at first, and then I went to show someone that I was making this music, And they were like, "Are you using beats from like this right here?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Nah, you don't need to be doing that." So I started making music with that person, and this person is a really, really great producer. I still work with this person. And I was going through a lot of stuff. I was just kind of locking in with that. And then I started like digging back because I was like talking to somebody about like some music I was making. But I started digging back into the stuff that I was doing. And when I found moaning again, I was like, what the fuck? And I started looking at everything and I go, yo, I have all this finished material and some stuff that just isn't finished. I could make an album out of this. And I had released the last few days, and I went to San Francisco and all I got was this lousy mixtape. Yes, very, very long title. But it's funny because it's a very long title. It's only 3 songs. But the songs are Uno Out, Strawberry Love, and Clouds.
Oh.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Go listen to it.
Please go listen to it. Strawberry Love.
Just listen to the whole category. Just listen to the whole catalog here. Just listen to it. Just listen to it.
Strawberry Love. Okay, I'm gonna stop.
Strawberry Love. Yes.
So I had all those done, and you could even ask Kale's mom. I had released both of those in 1 week, in the same week, and like a week later, she came to me. I was contemplating, and she said, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "I feel like I need to release some more music." And she said, "You just released 2 projects." And I was like, "Yeah, but I don't feel like it's enough." And so I released 2020 Tubular like the following year. And you know what I'm saying? That shit's a groove.
Mm-hmm.
So after coming out with that, I kept feeling like I still needed to make more. After that was when I dialed back into what I was doing. And I said, I think I want to make a full album out of this. But I don't want this to just be... For me, bro, I lock into my mind, bro, when I have a concept that I want to do this concept. Like, the last few days, it was like a very loose story. But it was just like... It was a story in every track. But it wasn't all cohesive. The San Francisco EP, man... Like, the San Francisco EP was born of pain, a lot of pain. So when I listen to that sometimes, it's very bittersweet. But that's 8 songs. And so I set out to do better. The main thing that I wanted to do was give you all more music. Because I want you to have something to hold you over to the next thing. And 8 songs is great, but these are all on 2 different projects. They're not cohesive. And so I'm like, I want to do more for the people who really like music, like this, like my music. And that's what got me into making the album and being like, okay, like now I want to do this. And then coming up with and this was the therapy session thing was a concept I had in my mind for a very long time. I started writing poetry. That was my whole thing. I have like books. I have like 3 books now of poetry that like at any point in time I could just pull a poem out, read it, and you be like, damn, that shit is fire. I'm like, I know, I wrote it. So like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just gotta give yourself the nudge. But yeah, like that's how it was for a long time. I actually refused for a very long time. But now stepping into the arena and seeing what I could do and seeing who, like, you got to make music for yourself first. You have to love it first. If you don't love it first, then, but I'm getting ahead of myself. But yeah, that's why I made the album.
All right, cool. W, I fucks with all of it.
Thank you.
You know, you brought up Zeus of the East. What is that song about? Because I think I know, but for the people who may not know fully about what the hell Zeus of the East is about, you want to like just like dib a dab. You don't have to go fully down deep into it, but if you want to, you're more than welcome to. You're free. You do whatever. But you know, what is Zeus of the East, because there's a big message behind that.
Talking to a Gemini who will talk you into the fucking ground. So like just giving me rain to talk is a bad option on a podcast.
No, go ahead. Do your thought. This is my guy.
Go crazy.
But I do want to ask, what concept do you have? Because art is subjective. So I love hearing other people's viewpoint of a song before I'm like, because I that's why sometimes even Bino did it, why he doesn't give definitive answers for what things mean in his song, because he wants you to just think about it yourself and come up with something yourself. Yeah, exactly, Kay. So what's in your mind for Zeus of the East, Killums?
I will give my take on it, but here's the issue of why I can't. I'm gonna let them two do it. It's because I already know what it is about, so I kind of want to see what they think, and then I would say what I thought, and then you elaborate.
Okay, yeah. Okay, Zion. Oh, is it Shion or Zion?
Either one.
Okay, but you hit me with the fine 252 just now. I don't like that shit. That motherfucker said it's whatever you want it to be. No, nigga, you wrote lyrics down. What is it?
Yeah,
for me, it's Zion, but for a lot of people, it's Shion. So it's just really depending on how
you say a lot of people, nigga. I'm the only one who call you Shion.
He truly.
That's not true. Two Ton says Shion.
Yeah.
He said no. Two Ton says Zion.
Zion. He does. Some people say Shion. Especially when I go to like other people's streams that don't know me like that. They be like, "What's up, Shion?" I'm like, "Cool. That's cool."
Well, yeah. How did you feel about it?
Oh, I'm listening. I'm gonna let Kay go back at it.
Well, yeah, because
it's just bouncing.
Yeah, Zion didn't get to hear it until today.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's fresh. He's fresh out the.
I'm fresh on it.
Fresh on it, for real. The first thing that I thought of when I first heard this, especially with like the focus, I don't care. That shit just whoever was on there, everyone that was on focus.
I was on there. I heard my voice. I was like, yeah, there I am.
I was like, ooh, everyone's voice is amazing on it. I was like, let me turn this up, turn this bass on. When it transitioned into Zeus of the East, the first thing that I thought of was the situation that happened with Oh Girl.
This is gonna be hilarious too. Yeah, go ahead.
That's the first thing that popped up because in the beginning when you were stating, and I don't want to butcher it.
Let me pull up some
lyrics. Yeah, pull it up for me. Pull up some lyrics. Hold on. Because I know Spotify be taking 500 years to be putting people's
takes for
putting up
everything.
Lyrics.
Everything else has the lyrics on it. And just to let you all know, for any artist, if you don't have a team, we do that ourselves. Like, I have to go through a process of putting my lyrics to the song. They will send it back to me 4 or 5 times, denying the lyrics until it is exactly what they want. And then after they take over a day to send it back and say yes, then I have to listen to the entire song. And for every line, I have to press the space bar down.
Yep.
So it could track what I'm saying when I'm saying it. So I did that for the entire album so that everyone could have the lyrics. Because I didn't know until the last project I did that people really wanted the lyrics. I said, I gave you the music. They were like, well, where are the lyrics? I was like, the lyrics? I said, listen to that shit. I don't know.
Truly, people want to like literally sing and vibe out with you with those lyrics. But I do commend you for that because
it's a long damn process.
That just stressed me out for you. God damn. God damn.
I was doing it in my Discord in the album chat for the people who had already heard the album. And so they saw me going through it sometimes when I would keep getting the lyrics denied. And I'm like, bruh. So yeah.
Like Kay was saying, I figured that it was about this situation with old girl, it's because of what did you said? You said people like in the first beginning, people talking shit. Oh man, that shit ain't new to me. People lying on me. That shit ain't new to me. And then you went into you talking shit. I guarantee you they're gonna find you with sequels. You know, I tried to be peaceful. Check my demeanor. Used to call me dreamer, a god amongst my people. And then you said, shit, where the fuck did it go? Fuck. But yeah, basically that. Just those lines, like off rip, it made me think about that situation.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I thought Zeus
That
of the
was
East
going
was.
from.
Yeah.
That's literally what came out. It stuck out as soon as I heard, the focus, and then it transitioned, and then that line right there, and I was like, "Oh, is he talking about Oprah? Cause she ain't shit. And I go, she ain't shit. But we ain't go,
Definitely ain't shit. Yeah.
we ain't go to, dive in and do this, that, and the third. Because when you told us that whole situation,
Mhm.
I'm a type of person that if I meet someone and the energy is there and I'm like, I feel like there's like a soul connection of a sort, I don't even have to like see you. If I can like hear, it's just the radiation of people's spirits and the energies. When you told us that story, I was so pissed off for you. I was heartbroken. I was literally heartbroken. And like people was like, well, there's two sides of the story, this, that, and third. You had receipts, okay?
Oh,
You
boy.
had receipts out the wooza, okay?
Oh boy.
Receipts
And
upon receipts upon receipts upon receipts, like
and
all of it.
I feel like that's where the whole line of lightning coming out of my mouth line came from about the receipts and stuff. That's just my thinking on that.
This is so. What makes it so funny, right? Remember, I made the joke about the Dreamer the Oracle thing.
Mm-hmm.
So at one point, I was gonna change my name to Dreamer the Oracle because it seemed like, especially with my poetry, whenever I would write something, it would be a while later, but it would happen. So let's watch me reel this back. I just said it a little bit earlier. I wrote Zeus of the East almost 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, you did say that. Oh,
Before
weird.
that-
Before that whole situation.
Exactly. I wrote that shit almost 2 years ago, bruh.
Mhm.
So like, my dad had even said that. Like my dad thought about the same thing, and I was like, Pop, no. Like that's why sometimes shit be so crazy when I write. Not to say like, that's so Raven in this motherfucker for real. But
You
sometimes
just might be.
I will write, sometimes I will write something and it is so prevalent to what is going on now. And that's just to let you know how much life is a cycle. How many times the same things can happen over and over and over again. Because I wrote, bro, I had had that shit. Like when I had stopped writing Zeus of the East, one of the last things I had said was the Aaron Yeager line, which is hard as fuck. The Aaron Yeager nigga, you Marley bitches is sickening. Like, because that's real. But to get it to actually your original question, of course, you had said like, what is Zeus of the East even really about?
Wait. Before you
go ahead.
answer that, I will say that me personally, I don't know the full extent of the situation that happened, right? That everybody else is talking about.
So the after party.
But for me personally, from reading the lyrics and listening to the song, it does seem like a song of affirmation for yourself, right? It's a song for what song is it? It's by Damien. It's a Damian Marley song. I can't remember the name of it, but Damian Marley, my one of my old homies, his dad met him and talked to him about that specific song. He was like, "Was that song for you?" And he was like, "Yes, that song was written for me, by me, for myself, for when I feel or I need that extra strength to keep moving on." And I feel like this song right here is that song for you. This is the song that you listen to when you're by yourself, when you're in your shit. This is what pulls you out. That's how I feel this song is. It's more of a song of affirmation for yourself to make you keep going.
I definitely appreciate that. So let's kind of tap into like this Gemini shit, right? So for a long time in my life, I've definitely dealt with the stigma of, oh, you're a Gemini, you're fucking terrible. Like that's just been like a thing. It's just what it is when we deal with like zodiac and talking about it. I feel like one of the most Gemini, because which are the lyrics in Zeus of the East. I was born in New York, was there for 3 years, and then I was moved down here. So, it's the duality of that. It's the fact that my birthday is June 1st. Like, that's the middle of the year. I'm literally smack dab in the middle all the time. And so I feel this shift sometimes, and I'd be like, okay, like this is I feel like this kind of, it's hard to explain it, but when it comes to rapping, as you can tell, sometimes like I'm very New York when it comes to rapping. I'm very like, I'm not about to. One of the biggest compliments I get on rapping all the time is somebody will hear a song and they go, bro, I understood every single word that you said. And I'm like, yeah, because I'm not sitting here slurring and blah blah. Not to say like that doesn't have a place in music. Some people's music, everyone has something. I don't even think that there's really bad music. There's just music that you would not listen to.
Mm-hmm.
And so, even though I know that's even controversial, because somebody's like, no, there's bad music, but no, there's definitely bad music, bro.
Sorry.
But even for Zeus of the East, I wanted to tap in to that feeling of, it's like two things. When you think of Zeus, what do you think? You think of a god. You think of a god, like a Greek god.
Yeah.
And you're like, damn, this dude is like almighty. He's powerful. But Zeus is a piece of shit, bruh.
That
Zeus is a piece of shit. You have to look at the duality. That's what I think. That's why I think sometimes in writing music for me, because I'm always looking at the duality of a situation. There was a Ski Mask Way by 50 Cent, one of my favorite songs. I started writing a verse from the perspective of the person he stole the jewelry from. Because there are always two sides to something. There's always something else that happens. You never know how you are affecting someone when you do something. Someone at one point, I had gotten $300 stolen from me. And it was a terrible thing because this person now has $300 extra, but I had to pay rent. So you never know what position you've put somebody in when you do something like that. That's why I always feel like it costs 0, 0, 0 to be nice to everyone you know. It costs nothing to do that. So when it came to Zeus of the East, I looked at Zeus not only as a god, but Zeus also as an adulterer. Zeus also as someone who's made a lot of very, very terrible decisions. I love, you can't see it, but right there hanging on the door, that's the Leviathan axe. I love God of War. I'm a huge shout out to Five for actually gifting me that for Christmas. But like I love it. And to see all the stories of the Greek gods and goddesses, to see what they had been dealing with, it's like, bro, a lot of this could have been avoided if y'all just wasn't pieces of shit.
Facts. Big facts.
If you just wasn't
big ass egos and big ass pride.
Huge egos, all this pride. If you were not so locked into that, that's tunnel vision. When you have this tunnel vision and you can't see nothing else around you, bro, something's gonna trip you up. And then Kratos is gonna kill everybody. So when it came to that, that's why in the beginning, I'm like, I'm losing my patience with people. You talking shit, I guarantee you they gonna find you with seagulls. You know I tried to be peaceful. Check my demeanor. Just like you said, I can feel I can feel you through here. Like just talking to you, hearing you, I can feel how you are through here. You are a very genuine person. So I'm like, check my demeanor. And then I say, used to call me dreamer, a god amongst all my people. I'm Zeus. I don't see no equals. So then I put myself on this very high pedestal, which is dumb. It's dumb to do. That's when you start clouding yourself with all this pride and shit. And so you start going through like the whole song, and I start to think, well, who else is a god? Who else is up in this really high place? Aaron Yeager, nigga, you Marley bitches are sickening. Because you know what I'm saying? Let's see who else is in this position right now. Aaron Yeager, right? So no spoilers to anybody who's watching or anything like that. I promise you I won't do no spoilers. But in where he's at now, bruh, and for people who do know, you know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You know why I'm saying that. And it's like, had to put my foot in the game to cause the rumbling. Again, I'm going nuts, not gonna lie. And it's such a hard stance to take, because I'm a Jaegerist, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I am. And that's how I've started to feel when it comes to even social media stuff and certain like aspects of certain things, because folks be weird out here.
Mm-hmm.
And when motherfuckers start acting weird, you are now a Marleyan to me, bro. And I don't deal with bro. We don't deal with Marleyans, bro. So I'm like, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I started feeling. But then you have to really think. Zeus is in this position, he wants to keep it. Aaron is in this position for a specific reason. How I looked at my son and I said, how far would I go for you? What would I do? How much would I do for you? How I love you so much that I would stop at literally nothing to stop anything from harming you. Again, we're dialing back to Aaron Yeager. And that's when I do this for you and me, dog. If you think about Aaron and then you hear that part, it's like, damn, okay. Now this is making even more sense. But then let's cut to after that whole space. Then we say, I disregard people that mean the most. Duck if you get too close. Some Zeus took all my anger and managed to do the most. All of that is like a culmination of you put yourself so fucking far up here that you forgot about so many other things. Even talking about in mid-verse, when I'm talking about like in the fear materialized, I begin to repeat the cycles of fathers that never tried. It's all pain. It's a cycle of pain and anguish. And it's like, if you just take a fucking step back for 2 seconds, then you would realize what's going on. And let's reel it back again. We are still in a therapy session. So I done locked you into this whole zone of Zeus of the East, and until Shadows, you don't even remember that I'm talking to my therapist. Until she says something. You see what I'm saying? We go from I-75, and then I-75, all this is coming to pass. I'm having a whole conversation, and then and when I told you, you said fascinating, and then Moaning hits in. And oh my god, the story behind Moaning. But Moaning hits in. Everything
I need to know.
Hey, look, what I'm here for it. All that stuff starts to hit, and you're listening. You're like, oh my god. Like, then you hear her talking to me again, and then she's like, well, instead of me asking you like, oh, how does that make you feel? I want to instead ask you to hone in on that and focus. And then so I'd been on Twitch, and I said, I said this shit for like a whole week and a half, damn near. I said, hey, if you want to be on the album, send me a voice recording of you saying the word focus. I know it's going to feel weird because you're just saying it and you don't know what the hell I'm going to do with it. But I promise you, I'm going to make something ridiculous with this. Big shouts out to every single person who decided to send me focus. Thank you, Killums. Thank you to GW Kenny. Thank you to Dandy Lace. Thank you to, bro, we even had, bro, Leah ABG. Thank you to E Bunny B. Like, Dexstar. Yeah, E Bunny. That when you heard the Japanese one,
yeah, I knew it was her.
That was E Bunny B.
I knew it.
This is different.
Yeah, E Bunny B was the first focus and the last one. She was the first one to say it, and then I had it keep going, and Kariana recorded Kale saying it, so she sent me that one.
That was so cute.
And
that was adorable.
So it was a bunch of them, and for his to be last wasn't even my idea. My engineer did that. So we were going through all the focuses, going through. He started putting them all together, and then he pressed play. All of them went. And then I heard Kale, and I said, "Oh shit, you put that last?" I said, "Woo. Hey, that's hard." I was like, "Okay." Now I gotta step in because I knew Zeus of the East was gonna take some time. I had to step in the booth right after that and do the whole song. But yeah, like getting all those people together to do that. Also Jazzy Boo, shout out to her as well. Like we had so many really, really dope people on there. Like I hope I'm not leaving nobody out. Trey.0. But yeah, it was a lot of folks in there who really put their stuff in there. And then Leah, she's from across the pond, yeah. So I was like, oh yeah. As soon as I heard her say it, I was like, yeah, I need some crumpets and tea on this motherfucker for real. And then Bunny did the fokasu, and I said, oh yeah, go ahead, make that the last one right there, man. So yeah. So that's Zeus of the East. I'm sorry, I didn't went on for like two hours.
No,
you
apologize.
good.
Do
You
not
good.
apologize.
If anybody in here in chat ain't listened to his album yet, what the fuck you doing? That shit.
Please.
You just heard it. This.
Don't make me go over there and slap y'all. Don't make me go over there and slap y'all, because I will.
You heard this man explain Zeus of the East. Now it's the fact how I'm pretty sure a good handful of y'all finna go back and listen to that motherfucker now because of the way he just explained it, and you finna just be like, oh.
So it's a whole new experience, and being able to tap in with the artists, like, cause I've always wanted to tap in with artists to ask them about stuff, but which is why I love also being the artist. That now people are coming to ask and be like, hey, so what did you mean by that? What did you mean by that? You know?
So,
what do you mean by that?
So you mentioned that you like to write about dualities and situations. And I don't know if you guys know me like that, but I do write a lot about duality as well. Or try to incorporate different types of dualities in my music as well. So what are some of the more like strenuous dualities that you like to talk about in your music?
One of the biggest things is not feeling like I'm from anywhere. Like I've never felt like I belonged anywhere. For the longest time, if anyone asked me like where are you from or blah blah, I'd be like where the wild things are. Because I was born upstate and raised down here, but I was raised in the South by New Yorkers. So I don't feel at home in Georgia, and I also don't feel at home in New York. Like I feel like of course I know this place more, but sometimes I just feel like people don't fuck with me like that. But I did have a huge realization when I talked to one of my friends, and I was like, yeah, I feel like the city doesn't fuck with me like that. And he said, actually, I feel like you don't fuck with the city. And I was like, damn. And he was definitely right because of what I had really cut myself off from a lot of stuff. Because I love people, I love to entertain, but sometimes I feel like people don't love me. And that comes from like definitely like high school traumas, you know, being bullied, being called lame and all that shit. And just because like you like different things, people treating you like shit, and having to deal with that for such a long time, it just feels like nobody loves you. So I dealt with that for a very long time, and I've been slowly breaking out of that to see more. Twitch really helped out with that a lot because it allows me to see more of the appreciation. The other duality that I definitely deal with now is going from people calling me ugly all the time to people literally wanting to drink my bathwater. It's kind of nuts. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of nuts.
That's his kid. Everybody in the background.
Yeah, that's my son. That's Kale.
He's
He's the reason for the name of his name.
Yeah, he's actually.
Oh my God,
Kale's
he's
dad.
so cute.
I got a question for Kales now.
So what makes you Chris's son?
How can you elaborate on that? We just want to know.
Hey, what's crazy is y'all fuck around, ask that question for real. He give you a damn full on elaboration. He shocked the fuck out of y'all.
Yeah, I just want to.
That man.
I want to know who he thinks the greatest rapper alive is.
That man smart as shit.
He's smart.
Definitely a super
so
smart kid. It's kind of crazy how fucking smart.
It's kind of scary. I ain't gonna hold you.
Well, look at his parents.
Exactly. Scary.
She's smarter than me. She's like, Karyana is amazing, and like Kale I was reading to him when he was in her womb, so Kale was reading. He was like 2. And like being able to like say things out loud, and if he doesn't know something, he would point and be like, "What is that?" And I'd tell him, and he would say it, and he would just lock it in. So the next time he saw it, he would just know what it is. He's a very smart. He picks up on things very quickly, too quickly. Scares me a little bit. He's gonna be very bored in school. I know that.
Oh, most definitely. Fuck around, the man be in college at the age of 10.
Bro.
All right, now what's this letter? L. Can we please move on? Me sitting waiting for the next shit is a L. Can we? Good lord.
I'm doing that for real.
Like he's doing his timetables now.
Damn.
Fire.
Yeah, so he loved numbers. He's obsessed with.
Oh, he's a numbers kid. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely obsessed. He will grab my hand to look at my watch, and he is obsessed with numbers, bro. Dad, but he's helped me out though. I've definitely I was trying to go get Karyana lunch one day, and he was like, "Dad, it's 2:07," and I was like, "Yeah, Kale, it's 2:07." Oh my God, your mom's lunch is in like 10 minutes. To run out and grab her some food real quick. I was like, "Damn, I almost forgot." I was like, "Damn, thanks, bro."
Oh yeah, man.
Smart kid.
If he ever streams, you know what? Eccentric. That should be his Twitch name. Kale's smart. That should.
Someone had said earlier on, they were like, so if he streams it, he's gonna be Chris's son. And I was like, I don't know, like whatever he wants to be, but I don't care what Kale does. Whatever he does, he's gonna be fantastic at it.
That's gonna be Kale's dad's son. That's what it's gonna be.
Kale's dad's son.
I want to be like you, Daddy.
He loves sitting here with me, like acting like he's streaming and talking.
He's so fascinated by it. He's
Super.
so cute when he pops in. I'm like, oh my gosh, my uterus.
Hey, when he turned 13, I'm gonna need a father-son collab on an album. I'm just saying.
If he does get into writing, I'll definitely like try to like coach him, but not in a way of like this is how you're supposed to do it. Because I don't write how I don't think like I write how I'm supposed to, but I mean it's whatever. Like I write raps in stanzas and couplets and triplets. Like I don't just be like writing whole fucking like shit out with this. I write it as a poem.
Okay. Get back on the album. Actually, how long it took you to do the whole album, or you can go into how long it took you to do each song? I know you talked about this before, but you know, for anybody who don't know. So
it took a minute. What we did was,
damn, I wish Five was here.
I wanted to, I wanted to do the biggest hurdle that I have to jump over, because now I'm a full-time streamer. The biggest hurdle that I have to jump over is money. Financially, that's the biggest, especially when you're like an underground artist. money, can you please give me some money? Like that whole thing, it's hard to ask I hate asking for literally anything. I hate asking. So when it came to this, I ended up saying like, okay, well, let's do this, right? Let's do a run it up-a-thon, sub-a-thon. If you sub to me, you push the timer up 5 minutes. Great. But if you give me $5, if you give me like 10, I think it was 10, we had tiers. So if you give me $10, you will be a songbird, and when I finish recording, you can hear one song off the album. If you give me 50, you will hear the entire album as soon as I get back. If you give me between 75 and 100, we will bring a laptop into the studio and you can watch me making the album in the studio in a private Discord section in my joint. And then the next step of that was if you gave over $100, 100 or over that, then you got a shout out on the album. And now I've even taken it a step further, because for the songbirds, Jimmy Kudo wasn't originally on the album. Well, it's not on the album, but it wasn't originally a song that I had until maybe like 3 days before I went ahead and went up to Atlanta to record the whole album. And I said, okay, now that you're a songbird, I will not only play you Jimmy Kudo before I release it, but you will also get to hear another. I will let you pick whatever song you want to hear on the album. And thank goodness, no one picked I-75. Nobody picked it. I was like, look, if you want to hear it, okay, but I will let you know. I would definitely want you to save this as a surprise for you. And no one picked I-75. And I was like, great, fantastic. So to even take it a step further than that, right now, I am making... what is it? I'm making I'm printing 50 copies, 50 hard copies of this album. I will get them sent to my house. I'm signing all of them, and then for the people who had supported the album, they get theirs first. Like there's no cost to it. And I'm also going to DreamCon, so I will be handing the albums to them personally. Everyone else, I'm mailing them out to. I'm very happy about that. But it wasn't 50 people, so I think maybe like the first 25 will be gone, and then I'll have like 25 extra.
Gotcha.
So yeah, we'll see.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh my God,
No, you good.
But
so I have a question for you, for Chris, because this is all about you. This is the podcast is all about you. But there's a certain somebody that I've been trying to get on here, and it actually ties in with what's going on right now. Also, this is a question for Shion and K as well, if y'all want to. Do y'all want to go ahead and bring Fives all up in here? You know, make this a duo thing in this bitch?
Yep.
So the reason why I don't, no, I'm kidding. Go ahead. Now that'd be nuts.
Oh dang!
No, that'd be crazy.
I'd be like, Fives, you can't come up in here. Sorry,
No,
Mr.
you're
Big
good.
Man.
That'd be no, that'd be nuts.
I just noticed the Ben 10 watching the album art. Okay.
There's a reason for that.
What's the reason? I want to know the reason.
The reason it's in unread. So in the second verse to unread, I say so I be like, trust minimum. They be trying to get close, I ain't feeling them. Switch up on a nigga like Tennyson. And I'm talking about Ben 10 because that's his last name. And so I didn't. Everything on the album cover is a it's a reference. Everything on there, literally everything, except for the plants. I could have reached them and been like, it's for photosynthesis, but no, the plants are just because it's a therapist's office.
I literally was thinking about that. I was like, so what are the plants?
Yep.
Just
because of that. And freaking like even like the beginning of Unread is the flips are ridiculous. I put my phone on D&D, so don't DM me. Status invisible, you ain't seeing me, and I say that everything is for like something where no one don't reach me. D&D, do not disturb. DM me, any social media app. Status invisible, you ain't seeing me. That's Discord. Leave a message after the beep, I'll receive it. Later on, my data's strong, but I don't need it. So I'm dodging. Altair, I blend in. I'm a Martian, Invader Zim, a Simpson. I'm a cartoon. My last name is actually Simpson.
Oh.
Which is why on the cover, I'm sitting on an orange couch. Everything is a reference to literally everything. Nothing has no purpose. Sitting here breaking it, like if you wanted me to break down the lines from every song, nigga, we would be here for 8+ hours. But we'd be here forever.
Yeah.
We'd be here forever.
I think we'd be here for 8 days, but I'm gonna just
like, especially Jimmy Kudo, because I don't think Zion, I don't think you've heard it yet.
I have. I heard it on your show.
Jimmy. Oh yeah. So Jimmy Kudo, like, I say, you're Sub-Zero, a turncoat, and we don't fuck with you. Bone snap, put you in the cast, now you untouchable. Put me in the cast, show these niggas I'm untouchable. So, what do you think I meant by that when I said untouchable twice? Like, for both of those lines. You know what I'm saying? Make you think.
Oh shit.
Make you go like, make you use the brainies, right?
Use your noggin.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Noggin on a Sunday night.
Use your noggin. It's best to use your noggin on a Sunday night. Hello.
Hey.
Sunday night.
She's here.
Hi, beautiful.
Welcome in.
All right.
It was good.
Welcome.
All right. So let me get to work real quick.
So I'm about to say, I see you trying to finagle. But
I'm gonna just do it like this. Fuck that shit.
Hey, beautiful. But the album is called Please Don't Text Me After This. And thank you so much for even wanting to listen. I really appreciate you. And thank you for even being here on the podcast with us.
It is.
Thank you, Hanako. I really appreciate you too. Thank you all for being in here. We really appreciate you all, because you could be anywhere else, but you decided to chill out here with us. So thank you so very much.
Look at this nigga being in streamer mode. This shit crazy. This shit wild. Nigga, I'm the host here. This nigga saying Yaga. Yaga. I'm like, I ain't mad at it. Do your thug thizzle, my guy. Do you?
Right.
Do you?
You did have a streamer on your podcast, so like, what do you on your stream?
I mean,
you know,
Like, what do
you
you
not
expect?
wrong.
Turn it off.
What do you expect?
No, cause
He's
like,
also, like super nice and like very, 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 very polite.
Yeah.
no facts. Fact.
Yeah. And I got to experience that for an entire week of him being like, thank you so much. You have a fantastic day. You know, you look really nice. Here, let me hold that door open for you. Well, you go in first. You right on ahead. Oh, don't touch that door. Why are you trying to touch? I didn't touch the door. I wasn't even going to touch it. Like, it's kind of scary.
How nice I am.
Yeah.
Though,
He's
but
very
yeah,
nice.
I can understand how
That
scary
was
it is,
nice.
like,
I don't even say bye to everybody I leave in, but then also where was I? I went somewhere by myself to get some food, and when I came in there, you know, it was like nobody in there. Oh, I think it was Tropical Smoothie Cafe, and he had went somewhere else, and I went there. And when I walked in, you know, nobody's really saying anything, but like, you know, I walk up, hi, can I get the whatever. And then at some point the ladies are like, oh my gosh, we love your outfit. I was like, oh, thank you. And then like went on about my business, waited for my food. And then when my food was ready, they were like, well, you have a great day. I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. And I'm like, where am I? Who talks like this? The South.
Welcome to the South.
Literally. I was like, clearly I haven't been in the South long enough, or it hasn't been that long. The last time I was in Alabama was like, I don't know. So I forgot. about the Southern hospitality, but that man is what it is in a nutshell. Southern hospitality, Chris's picture.
It'd be like that. Not you being in my neck of the woods one time. That's crazy.
Yeah, my dad's from Alabama. We had a family reunion.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you was down there chilling?
With the Bamas.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say the line because I don't fuck with the college Alabama. I'm more Auburn, but you know that's besides the point. War Eagle in this bitch.
I think it's very interesting when you like show your music to your parents. How does that experience normally go for you?
So, crazily enough, I'll say it like this now. I was working at, and look, if y'all say the jingle, I promise to God, the podcast will end right here. I was working at Safe Light. Say it. I double fucking dog dare you.
Ain't gonna cap. I don't remember the jingle, but if I did, I would have said it.
I already said it. Turn my mic off though.
Where'd he go?
Y'all thought he was playing?
Y'all have a great podcast.
Bring your ass back here, sir.
You didn't hear me. You didn't hear me. I muted my mic.
See you later.
I muted my mic, sir.
I will answer all the questions and to my best ability. My memory ain't too good, you know what I'm saying?
I was working there. It's like 7 a.m. So usually I'll get up mad early. I'll go work out, go to work after that. So I'm at work. At this time, Karyana is taking our son to my parents' house because she works from home. So as she's working from home, well, at this time, I'm knowing that's already happened. I get a call from my dad, 7 a.m. And I panic. Pick up the phone. Yo, Dad, what's going on? You okay? Yeah. Is Kale okay? Yeah, Kale's okay. Oh, okay, yeah, because you usually don't call me this early. What's happening? He said, oh, yeah, no, I was just calling you because, man, I was just listening to the new music that you put out. And the song you did, 30,000 feet? I was like, oh, yeah, Clouds, yeah. He says, yeah, man, that is the only song I have listened to all morning. I cannot stop listening to this song. I cannot believe you made this. Not to say that you haven't made good things before, but I can't believe you made this song. This is so good. This is such a good song, Chris. You've done an excellent job. If you can get this song in the right hands, you can tell Safe Flight to kiss your fucking ass. And I'm like right next to my manager, and I'm like, yeah, you're right. Like,
yeah. Okay, I wasn't supposed to hear. I'm sorry.
It was a beautiful thing because my dad, like, you know, he's said good stuff before, and then even sometime like my mom, but like my mom until it's crazy. One of the oldest songs I have is called The Wiz. My mom really liked that one song, but like some stuff, like especially when I was writing poetry, my mom would be like, "Could you write something, I don't know, happy?" And I'm like, "No, that's not how I feel. Like I can't write. I have to write how I feel. So if I'm not happy, I'm not gonna write something that's happy. Shoot, Moanin' is a sad song, but it's jumping. There are a lot of songs that sound like real dope that are actually sad. Pumped Up Kicks is fire. Pumped Up Kicks is terrible.
Yeah, no facts.
Yes.
I had to explain a couple people about that song. I was like, yo, don't hear.
But it's such a all the other kids like
yeah. That's like a campfire singing song.
Yeah.
But
like, bro.
I'll run my gun.
And everybody's like,
yeah.
Wait.
They're like, yeah, this song is fire. It's like, y'all don't know it's talking about a school shooting
like,
there. Hello?
Even like, you might as well jump. They was talking about people, you know, self-deletion.
Mm-hmm.
But the song is hard. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody loves that song.
That's another
Y'all
form of
by
duality. Hey y'all, but bro, Hey Y'all is one of the dopest, saddest songs at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Y'all.
Wait, that song is sad?
Yes, we will talk about it in the after party. Yeah. Hey Y'all is a sad ass song.
I love that song. It's sad. Dang.
Yo, literally, you know, like the part of the verse, you know the part of the verse where like he's like, hey, you know, we're not happy here, and then you hear him start talking, and then the chorus comes in.
They like literally just rush it through.
He's
Like,
y'all don't hear me.
Yeah, what is he? He literally says, "Y'all don't hear me. Y'all just want to dance," and that's when the chorus is playing over what he's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's a very sad song. If you look at them lyrics, yeah.
Yeah, I gotta look at that because I definitely sang that at karaoke the other day, and everybody was like, "Hey!" I knew every word. I wasn't looking at the, I wasn't looking at the lyrics.
What was it? What movie was it? I think it's White Man Can't Jump or whatever, where he's just like, yeah, you hear Jimi Hendrix, but you don't listen to Jimi Hendrix. It's that.
So to tap back in, sorry for
Not the collective black. I just had to acknowledge that.
We so crazily enough, when I asked Micah to be on this, and she was overjoyed and wanted to go ahead and do it. It was before said situation happened. At that point in time, I told Micah, maybe we shouldn't. And me and Micah talk every day. And for a day, we did not speak. And I didn't realize until the next day. And I talked to her about it. And I was like, yeah, I did just realize that we didn't talk yesterday like that. And she said, because when you told me that, I got very sad. And it made me realize just how much I do want to come down there. And so I was like, I don't think you're like this person. So yeah, okay, fine. Let's continue with the idea. And crazily enough, I was trying to get the money raised up so I can do the tape near the end of January. Crazily enough, Five Job just closes for 2 weeks in January.
Facts.
Random as hell.
The timing.
It was like
the timing.
Yeah.
Yep.
2 weeks in January, she's off. So it was like, oh,
got nothing to do.
Yeah, hey, you ain't doing nothing. Why you don't come down here and make an album? So we prepared for all this. The money that we raised at first, the $2K, that went to beats, studio time, engineer, Airbnb, food, gas. And man, let me tell you, that was a great amount, and it still wasn't enough. Because, bruh, we broke at the end of all that shit. I went over the budget immediately because Shadows and Jimmy Kudo got added to the project. And yeah, like Shadows was not originally on the album. Jimmy Kudo was not originally a thing at all until I made Shadows. And so it took us a week. We planned a week in January, stayed at an Airbnb together, and finished up like a little ties here and there. We finished dance in the Airbnb, and we had studio day, rest day, studio day, rest day, studio day. And then it was supposed to be rest day, but we had to do some more work. And so the last day when she had to leave in the morning, we went back to the studio again.
Yeah.
So yeah, we did all that in a week. Yeah, she took a nap because I did the song Catacombs, which is a song that puts people to sleep apparently. So
good old man.
So yeah, we it was a week. Sorry, all that to say, to record the album.
Damn, you know what? I forgot I even asked that question.
I know he did. I know he forgot that. I know he forgot.
Damn.
He's just talking. I'm listening.
It was a week to record it, to write it. Who knows?
I was stressing. So
Like, who knows
fucking
how long
hard.
it took? Because then we didn't finish dance/first steps, which we changed it to first steps, until the day before we had to go into the studio to record it.
Literally.
We finally finished it like the night before. But we were working on it before I got to Atlanta.
Yeah.
So it was like January.
Go ahead and tell about your
is
writing
when I
experience.
like lyrics in our DMs on Discord is January 10th, but we have like a gajillion phone calls before that. So it's just like phone call, lyrics, phone call.
Go ahead.
I don't think
let
we
them
started
know.
writing it down until January 10th.
Let them know about your writing experience, Vaughn.
Bro, y'all. Okay, look. Everybody in here know English is hard, right?
Oh yes, y'all heard it here first from
Okay,
me.
you know what's harder? Writing words, putting them together to make sense to putting a song. That. Writing music is hard. When I tell y'all that I could, like, it took me so, because we started making this song before I got to Atlanta. So the fact that we didn't finish it until the day before we had to go into the studio is nuts. Like, I'm sitting there like, I'm like, okay, so I can't really like get on Chris about writing his songs because he has to write like 6 more and he has to finish like 3, and then like I just have 1, and I'm like, okay, so what do I want to say? So like, okay, well, what if we say this? And I'm like, okay, what do you think, Chris? And he's like, well, and I'm like, okay, we hate it, burn it, kill it, throw it away, drown it. I don't know. Like, it was always, does he like this? Because it's gonna be on his album, but we're also making the song together. So I was always asking for his input, but he knows how to write music and I don't. I know how to sing stuff. I know things that rhyme. I can do like melodies that sound good. So mostly it was us like singing a little something, and then he's like, oh yeah, I like the way that sounds. And I'm like, okay, we like the way that sounds. And I like put some words on it. And then we're like, okay, let's do this word and this word. And I'm like, I don't like the repetition too much. Okay, let's switch that up and add this word. We were switching around the, like, once we had the lyrics, we were just like, okay, put that there, put this here, put that there, and then bam.
It's a puzzle.
It was ridiculous.
A puzzle.
So then even when I'm mouthing the words, like when we're listening to the album, I will sometimes say the wrong lyrics at the wrong place because there's so many different versions of it that we had before the real version. So I'm like, oh wait, I forgot we took that out and we replaced that with that. So then that's why this. And then my brain's like, oh, okay, follow your own lyrics, Micah. Just sing with her. She knows what she's saying. Just sing with her. Her being me. But yeah, it's very hard. I've never wrote a song before, but yeah, that was a very difficult decision, or like a process, I want to say. It was a lot. It was, but also
Micah,
like not really.
Micah had to write like a little bit more for first steps because we wrote it together.
Yeah.
And so at one point I was like, okay, maybe just you write some stuff and I'll like figure some other stuff out. And Micah was trying to get past one line for 3 days.
What line was this?
3 days.
Okay, let me see if I can find it.
For
because
3
I'm pretty sure I
days.
know where I kept stopping at.
Because it was at one point we got stuck on the you don't need permission, and we were just there. And that's where it stopped.
Where was it?
It did not go past that.
It was follow me, I got you. Follow me, it's safe. Follow me, I got you. Follow me this way.
That's the original one.
That was the original. Learn to take it easy. It would all be okay. You don't need permission.
And it would just stop right there.
We would just stop, and it's like, all right, it's gonna come.
It's gonna one of these days. It's gonna hit. It's gonna hit. And Micah was stressing, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I just gotta finish like 6 more songs," and then I added 2 more. And so I was like writing all that, and I'm finishing all that stuff up, tightening up the verses and making sure everything can flow. And Micah, like every day, I'm like, okay, I'm almost finished with this one. Okay, I'm almost finished with this one. All right, Micah, where we going? She said, you don't need permission. And we're still there. We're still there. So
And
it was.
so I'm looking at our DM. So I have one where I like kind of sort of got to a little bit more, and then he's like to come and dance the night away.
Okay, there she goes.
I say, huh? And then don't look over here. And then there's a phone call. And then all you see is a gif of a lady flipping the table. You see another gif of a girl going like that. And then you see like a whatever. No idea what we were talking about. But those are the gifs that are in our DMs from that same day. And I'm just like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what anything is anymore. Right. Like, ugh.
All stress.
So stressful.
All stress, no breaks.
But he made it very fun. He did make it fun. I was stressing myself out. Chris was doing amazing. He's amazing. Shout out to Chris, everybody.
Big shout out.
You know, it's crazy. It's the fact that I had a whole question for you guys, but you legit just answered that question with that whole thing.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, because I was about to ask you, how was the whole, like, actually making the album? How was that for you? And you, right there already.
Well, that was just the one song. Writing that one song was like, so the whole album experience, I would say like, so I've only been in like one studio before, which was in college. So I really don't think I had like the real like studio experience per se, with another person, an artist, and he knows what he wants and all this other stuff. It was mostly just like projects. The people had to graduate. There was a class assignment. They wanted me to sing on it, whatever. Or in somebody's dorm, like in a closet, makeshift studio, whatever. So this one is like a legit place. We're actually driving there. He's got his whole setup. Kale is so sweet. He's very sweet. And quiet, but also hilarious. I love that. He's great. So he made the experience very, what do you say, like inviting. And I know that like sometimes they partake in the devil's lettuce and I don't. So he told Chris would tell KO and then they wouldn't smoke in the studio because sometimes they would do that. And I'm like, because I'm there, please don't, because I'll die and have to sit out into the hallway because I really just can't with the smell. It's just too much. And I don't want my clothes to smell like that because I look too good. Like whatever outfit I was wearing. This was one of the outfits that I wore. I'm like, no, I'm not smelling like that. And when I first got in there, it was like, it's a very, it feels very like homey, like you feel comfortable in this space, which I appreciate. The booth was like this little like corner space, so it was very like compact, but it was like enough. You felt like good being in there. But I specifically, whenever it was like my turn, it's almost like my brain's like, okay, remember how to sing, okay? And I'm like, okay. Like it's like I've been singing my entire life. Why am I so nervous about it? I was just like, because this is like an actual thing. You're actually in the studio with like another human being, and this is gonna go onto the internet somewhere, and like that's your voice. So like you have to make it sound good. And I got used to my voice during the pandemic because I was in college at the time, so I had to, instead of going to dance class, we had to just do the dances and record ourselves doing the dances and send it back. So I had to look at myself all the time, and I had to hear myself all the time when I had a YouTube channel, but whatever. And so I'm used to hearing myself for the most part, but like singing wise, hearing myself sing, I don't know, you know, maybe it sounds bad, but then I'm like, every time I do something, I'm like, huh? Yeah, that's good. Like Chris is outside the booth, I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna keep going. Yeah, that was nice. Like I always trying to get this man's approval when I was there. Even if I wasn't, in my head I was like, I really hope he liked that. But he'll tell me if he hates it. He'll tell me. He'll tell me. But it was very enlightening. And it's really awesome, honestly, to see him write, like his writing process, because there were some songs that he wasn't done with until we got there. And this man's brain doesn't make any sense to me. He's a genius. I don't really know how to explain it. I don't know how to like make it sound any better. I like the way he connects things to other things to connect to that thing that he just said, where he uses one word, but it sounds like a different word, but it's technically this word, but you would only know that if you can see the word that he's saying on the paper or on his phone, and then he'll tell you later on, and I'm like, wait, what? Wait, so then when you say that, it sounds like this. And he's like, yeah, just say it. And I'm like, oh, it does kind of sound like that. And he's like, yeah, exactly. That's the purse. That's on point, on purpose. And I'm like,
She said, genius.
Remember I was telling you about Jimmy Kudo? So remember, so did you look at the lyrics for Jimmy Kudo, Killums?
Yeah, I was reading it. Yeah.
So, oh my bad, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
So there's a point where I say, ask about the God, I'll let you catch this Leviathan. Wordplay is immaculate. What else I gotta prove to you? Sub-zero times 0 is now an icicle, right? So I was telling people, so I put it in the lyrics, and maybe I shouldn't have, so people could dig into it for real. But when I say wordplay is immaculate, what else I gotta prove to you? Sub-zero times 0 is now an icicle, right? So you obviously hear times 0, you obviously hear Sub-Zero, so you think in Mortal Kombat, right? But what you're not hearing me say is that I didn't say, what else do I have to prove to you? I said Elsa, like from Frozen. So wordplay is immaculate. What Elsa gotta prove to you? Sub-zero times 0 is now an icicle. You're Sub-Zero. You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole.
Exactly. Take off the mic, like turn the mic off, leave the room, take off the headphones, abort, turn off the camera. Exactly. This is very appropriate.
Is it Tanjiro as in intangible?
No, Tanjiro as in Demon Slayer.
Oh, okay. So you didn't do the word.
And you know, like how he's turning into the Flame Hashira.
Yeah.
So then to be like to say I'm so cold, this nigga whose main shit is fire is now frozen, is like, oh god damn.
That is what I dealt with for a week. This is him talking to me about his lyrics for a literal week. And there's so many ones where I'm like, okay, well, what do you mean by that? He's like, okay, well, this one time when I was with my dad, he was talking to his friend's brother's cousin, and then she talked about this movie, which I watched from like the 80s. Very good movie. We should watch that. So in this one part, one character, like, Chris, but then he gets to the point and it makes sense. And then you're like, wow. But like, how did we get there? How did he get there? He got there by himself. He had all of these thoughts and he remembers everything.
He's been doing it the whole night.
Everything, y'all. Okay, this man could write 3 books. And still have half of the stories not said. Like, make it make sense. Can y'all make it make sense? Because it don't make no sense to me.
No, because that's a walking god right there. I don't know what to tell y'all.
And y'all wonder why Kale's so freaking smart. And he's like,
I was just about to say that. Right there.
So even like,
I might overshoot the boundary, but
it's both of y'all. So shut up.
So
even definition, he said he not smart. Oh, we gonna fight, okay?
So I don't want to fight Five because she's really strong. But even the one I was telling you earlier when I said Bone Snap put you in the cast, now you untouchable. Put me in the cast, show these niggas I'm untouchable. So when I say Bone Snap put you in the cast, now you untouchable. What do you think?
You can't. Yeah, you can't really touch them because of the cast, and that's what I don't know. I feel like that's a different explanation from what I'm thinking.
I mean, but that makes sense. Five. Pardon my French. Are you ready for me to fuck them up?
Yes.
So literally, so in India, there's this thing called the caste system, where they rate people from being very wealthy and very rich to people who are less than dirt. So the people who are less than dirt are called untouchables. Bone Snap put you in a cast, now you untouchable. And then there was a mobster movie.
Who?
there was a mobster show back in, I believe, the 80s, 90s called The Untouchables. And they made a movie of it, I believe, in the 90s. So put me in the cast. Show these niggas I'm untouchable. Yeah. So
Nigga, who the fuck thinking about that?
crazily enough,
Saying
one person caught that line.
got it.
Who?
One person caught that line. Vicky B. Wicked. Absolutely W person. She's a great streamer as well.
I know
Vicky B.
Vicky.
Wicked, when we were talking about it, she said, yo, that makes me think of like the caste system in India. And I said, you are nuts.
And look, is she up in here too?
And this shit, look at this. Real smug and shit, like, yeah, you know, sometimes I be listening.
That's
So
smart.
weak.
I be here. I be here, you know, chilling, you know.
Nah,
It was nuts.
I know about Vicky from my boy Senpai Rico. That's my brother from another mother. Known him for 21 years, so I know him. I know her from him. But I don't think she knows me though.
That
Dope person.
made my brain do
that don't make no sense.
because I only when I heard it, I was like, oh, I remember that show, and then I was like, wait,
So why did I say it twice?
let me go back. He's saying something.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna leave that alone and just wait until I ask or somebody asks him because
Got something to say.
I'm
Yeah.
confused.
But yeah, so to finish answering your question, making the album was really fun. It was an awesome experience to just witness and be a part of it. It was really fun. Some of it was really frustrating. He's gonna laugh because I just have to talk about it. I haven't talked about it in a minute.
I knew you were gonna bring this
talk
up.
about it. I'm going to talk
I
about it.
knew you were
So y'all know the song Shadows, Footsteps in the Dark. Yes, we all love that song. Secret song. Shout out.
Secret song.
So when we recorded that, you know, we're doing our "Oh Babies," and I love that bridge part. I was like, put me in there, coach. I want to be in there. He's like, okay, here are the lyrics. And I'm like, oh, amazing. All right, let's do it. And sometimes he was in the booth with me and sometimes he wasn't. But in this case, I think he was in there with me when I was doing this for moral support. And this was the day that we had the Discord call listening into the live studio session. So like the people in the Discord could hear everything that was happening. So I'm trying to get through that part, and it was the stepped outside, started stargazing. Please, I don't know what was wrong with my brain, but I could not say that. It was like I said, stepped out, stargazing. I added like a star, like it was like an extra syllable that wasn't supposed to be there. And he's like, no, it's this. And I'm like, da 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 da. He's like, no, it's this. And I'm like, am I not saying that? And then he's like, no. And I'm like, but I am though, because all the syllables are right. So I get super frustrated. I'm frustrated with me. He's trying not to help. Like I'm too flustered, and he's like, it's okay, let's try it again. And I'm like, and then he's kind of freaking out because we don't have time for me to be doing this. Like he doesn't have time, literally does not have time or money for me to be struggling with this part. So then at some point he's just like, it's okay, don't worry about it. And I'm like, but I want to be on the song though. I love this part, it's so fun. So we finished the All Babies, and I'm like I'm just mad, right? And so we leave, right? And then the studio session's over. Everybody's laughing at me, trying to figure out why I couldn't say that stupid line, dumb line. And then when I'm in the car, I think it's when I'm in the car. I don't know if it's in the car.
It was when you were in the car. You know, like you be thinking about something, and you be like, I can't. And then 2 days later, you go, Barney. That's what the hell. That's what it was.
Yes, exactly.
But are Martians for
So I was in the car because that sounds like a passion project. I'll explain that later. But I get in the car. We're in the car, and I'm like, oh my god. And he's like, what's up? I'm like, stepped outside. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, I never said side. And he's like, I said stepped. I never said stepped outside. I said stepped out. And then I just stopped. My brain was like, nope, we just stepped out. That's it. Because that's all you do. You don't step outside. You just step out. And then I was like, are you freaking kidding me? I just didn't finish the word. I didn't finish the word, and now I'm not on that part anymore. And then he's like, well, you're in the background. I still don't hear it. I just want y'all to know. Y'all heard it here. I don't hear my voice at all on that part. And it's my soul. But it's fine. I'm on other parts of the song. Oh, babe. You know, it's fine. Whatever. But stepped outside, started stargazing. When I tell you I say that with my whole chest now. Man. Ooh, I was so mad, bro. I was so irritated.
I didn't even realize that she wasn't saying that. I didn't know that she wasn't saying like had I just like heard it, I'd be like, oh, you're not saying this, but it sounded like she was trying to say everything fast. And I was like, no, like you're fine. I was like, no, you're fine. You don't have to do that. So the thing wasn't even the fact that we didn't have time, but I didn't want her to be so frustrated. I wanted her to have fun. I wanted this to be a good experience for her. And so when I saw her getting too flustered, I was like, I'm just going to pull the cord. I'm just going to pull the cord now. I was like, it's okay. We'll just like do something else. It's fine. And pulled her out the booth. And then I was like, okay, yeah, we'll fix up some of this right here. And yeah, so that's why the end of it doesn't like have her singing with me the whole time. But though she feels like that, I still think it sounds really good. I think that sounds really good because it's like, because again, remember, we are still in a therapy session. So her additions are like her carrying with me throughout the album. So for us to do the baby, ooh baby, it's like she's with me every step of the way. And then I'm in the middle of it. Then she takes another step with me. Then I'm in the middle. Then she takes another step. So that's why I like how that came out. But I do understand the frustration that came with stepped out, start gazing.
Exactly. That's what I sounded
that's
like.
That's what she said.
Didn't it sound like I said it? No, because I didn't. It's fine. I'm not upset, guys. I don't keep myself up at night thinking about this.
Hashtag stepped outside, started stargazing.
Stepped outside, started stargazing in my sleep, just saying it. But like, stepped outside, started stargazing.
That's okay.
It's fine. It's fine. He's okay. So when that's why I say that the experience was really great, because he is very sweet when it comes to like doing things like this. So he's like, he sees it, he notices it, he knows me. I'm an open book. You can read every emotion on my face. Y'all saw all of it. So he's just like, all right, we're just gonna, it's okay. Fives, it's okay. But Chris, no, it's fine. It's fine. I'm taking up studio time. We don't have money for this. Like, you know, that's what I was thinking about.
Real.
I was like, we don't have time.
I was broke as fuck. I came back home and went into the negative. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I wasn't too great with money as well. We was broke. We was really out here struggling. But hey, we got an album though.
W album. For two W people, like
right.
Real, the energy.
Now we just need a Fives album. Just yeah.
You know, little song.
Look, you have Chris as a ghostwriter, you know?
Yeah.
I've written for people before, so it's not new.
Look, she's like,
well, we were supposed to write a song, but we're not gonna talk about that.
Oh, what?
Wait, what?
Oh, are we getting exclusives here? You heard it here first. What's going on? What happened?
That's crazy, bruh. Yo, Five, I'm finna hang up. So we are. Oh, bruh. We were going through beats, and that's when I because I had written Shadows, so I was going through beats, trying to get find another one to get, and that's when I found Jimmy Kudo. But we were going through them, and there was one song that played, and it was dope. It was super dope, and I would definitely make that song. But at the time, I was like, I don't want to put risk in us not making this song because we still hadn't finished First Steps. And so I was like, I don't want to put a risk into us buying this because we really like how it sounds and then we don't finish it. So let me find something that I will most likely finish. And Five is like, I'll buy it. And I'm like, Five, I'm not about to make you buy something right now because you're on the album with me. I'm not about to make you buy anything.
He wasn't about to make me buy nothing because I was going to buy it myself. I don't need your permission.
You don't. You definitely don't. You definitely don't. You definitely don't. You definitely don't need my permission for it. But at the time, I didn't want us to because I've done that so much before where like I'll be like, oh my God, I love this so much. Like there's a beat that I freestyle to and the beat is hard as shit. The beat is super hard. I freestyled to it one time. The freestyle was nuts. And I was like, yo, I need this beat. I found it. I was able to get it from the producers. After I got it, I have not been able to write to it.
Damn.
Have not been able to write to it because every time I go back to that song, the freestyle comes up in my head. Every time. And I've been trying to like go around that and I'm like, why? Why does this keep happening to me? But it won't stop. So yeah.
But like it could have been different because it would have been two brains. It would have been me and him. It was like an R&B beat, y'all. It would have sounded so good. Nice. I sang to it. It's in a voice memo, I think, on my phone somewhere. Like it would have sounded so good. And like we could have wrote it after the album. I was totally fine with that. Like I didn't want the song, man.
She's like, saying it like we still can't do it. Like we can still do that song.
Do you know the beat is still there?
It's most likely.
You don't know that.
If
look,
it's not, send me the just send, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, like, look, I lost GoldenEye 64. Oh, they don't know about that. GoldenEye 64 was another song that was gonna be on the album, but I couldn't get it before someone else did.
Damn.
And it's fire too. Maybe that's for the after party where I'll rap that to y'all.
Hey, so let's fucking go.
So y'all can cry with me.
Cry.
No,
it's not a sad song. It's like it's fire, and you're gonna be like, damn.
That's crazy.
It's like the moment where you see something and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna come back for that, and then you finally do, and it's maybe like a day later and it's gone. It's like, bro, it's been a day. It's been 3 hours. Like, what happened?
It makes me want to go sit in the corner. That's what it makes me want to do.
Oh my God.
I know that.
This has nothing to do with anything, but there's a website where I got this jumpsuit from, and they had this like granite like white to pink matching like blazer and shorts, and then the shorts were pink, and they would go from pink to white from the blazer, and I was like, oh, that is so cute. That is probably the only thing I buy from the store right now that's like short, because everything on that freaking website is either tight or short or really long, but like the slit is to your freaking hip bone, and I'm like, I don't want my entire leg out into the world. Okay, so I finally was like, okay, I think I might wear these shorts. They look real cute. But at the time, I was like, I don't want to spend that kind of money right now. It's also 3 a.m. Let me not do that. Let me not buy this at 3 a.m. And then I go back the next day.
Gone.
Sold out immediately. I was like, guys, they literally just posted this. This is new.
They just knew. They were like, she saw this, so we just gonna buy up all of it so she don't get it.
Yeah, because we got money that we can spend, and it's not 3 a.m.
She's taking too long, so we gonna spend this money 3 a.m. because she didn't.
And we gonna be cute and she not.
That's exactly how it happened. It happened.
That's crazy. I'm sorry.
It happened to me too. I'd be like, damn, y'all.
Yeah, I know.
Y'all hit me like that. Y'all want to buy up everything?
Y'all not trying to let me live. Let me be great.
Let me look fine in this.
That's what I'm saying. I don't even like wearing shorts. Come on.
They couldn't even give you a chance. They couldn't even give you a chance. That's crazy.
I'm so weak.
I'm thinking about it now too, Five. There. Oh no, little baby, things that I can't see. Yeah, that song is hard. We could definitely still make that song. Yeah, that song is fire.
I might need to hear this.
Yeah, that joint is fire. She couldn't hear what I was singing because she was singing. But I'm listening to what she's singing, and then I'm going underneath with that, and I was like, "Oh yeah, this is fucking raw."
Let's not talk about it because it's gonna make me sad.
So let's keep talking about now. Go ahead.
So weird.
So let's keep talking about it. But Zion.
Don't throw this at me. Don't throw this at me.
I was just saying. What did I do? What did I do?
Not him muting. That's crazy.
What?
It's a mutiny. I'm sorry.
You know what? That's why I'll love you to infinity and beyond.
Wow.
I'm sorry. Niggas is getting on me crazy. Yeah, like already I feel. As soon as I said it, I was like, well, there you go.
All right.
Not just the in the chat, because that definitely mutes everything.
Oh wait, you know what? I do have a question.
Oh, go ahead.
You got it.
I make the gun go.
You make the gun go what?
Catacombs. Am I saying that right?
Catacombs, yeah.
Catacombs.
Okay.
This was also a song that you wrote 2 years ago,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
Same as Zeus from the East. So I would like to know a little bit more about this song as well. If
What's going? What you want? What do you want to know about Catacombs?
It's just okay. So I listened to the song today. I think I listened to it at least about 10 plus times.
Damn.
It's just because it's soothing. Like I remember when we were listening, like we were doing it's soothing. It is so comforting. And the way it's, again, it's like with the flows, but it's just like, it's like a whole like lullaby of a sort. So I just kind of want to go a little bit deep about how you came to writing this song. Like what was your thought process? What were you feeling at that time? Like what were you going through? Like I kind of just want to understand like the flow and how you actually had it come about to be kind of like sort of this. And I know like you were saying, like there was someone that said it's like the song kind of puts people to sleep, and it was kind of like you were seeing it as like kind of like disrespectful, but also too at the same time it's just like, no, it's comforting. Like it's a comforting song, it's a soothing song. So I just want to know a little bit more about how you came to this portion of writing this song. That's what I want to know. Song's fire.
Thank you.
Soothing as fuck.
Thank you for your dissertation on the on Catacombs. I really appreciate that. So I was scared of Catacombs since I wrote it. When I had first written that song, I had I had completely finished it. And then I was telling Kale's mom, I was like, I got this song and I think it's kind of weird how it sounds. I think it's really weird. And she was like, okay. So she starts I start playing it for her and I sing her the whole song. And I'm like, that Nina, better they don't see, better hope you don't see, and that, like that. And then I sing the Wish You the Best. I finish and I go, yeah, but I don't know. And she's like, why you feel like that? I really like that. I said, I think that shit's weird as fuck. And remember I had said that this was supposed to be an urban western. That's why it's like, better hope you know what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying it like that. So it's like I've realized that the duality of me and music is that when I rap, it's very New York, but when I sing, that is when my southern twang comes into play. And I've learned to now use that to my advantage. And so in writing Catacombs, I forgot when I tell you like I was just I heard the beat and I was like, ooh, I think I remember like when it first started I said, ooh, come on, come on, and I was like, wait, hold on, that actually kind of go, and so I kept that in there, and I'm with it. You know what I mean? Outside. So it was crazy enough. Same thing with that is the same thing I did with Shadows. Shadows, I get to the end of it and I'm like, looking for you, looking for. Then the beat ends, and it replays because I had it on repeat. So the beat ends, then the beat starts again, and I'm like, looking for you, looking for you. So I let the end of the song write the front of it. Because I didn't have all that at first. I didn't know what I was going to do at the beginning of Shadows.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so same for Cat. Like, I like to put stuff in a song so that when you hear it again, you like, holy shit. That's what I did with Clouds. Cloud starts. First thing I say is 30,000 feet. Clouds are underneath me. Hey. And I go,
smooth shit.
Yeah, smooth shit. My dad loves that. He was like, yo, I heard Catacombs. You at the beginning of the Catacombs, you said, "Be like smooth shit." I'm like, no, Dad. That's for Dad. That's for Dad's song, Dad. Like, even when I did the same for If I Was You, I'd Miss Me Too. That's on my SoundCloud, and I was like, something slight. And I was like, damn, that's cool, but I can't use that. I'm not gonna use that on every song. Like, it's just nice for that. Even 2020 Tubular. Locked and Loaded, another dope streamer, dope person. He told me, he said, bro, I love how you started 2020 Tubular because it feels like I'm in the booth with you. Because I go 2020. Oh, let me say it right. 2020 to 20 Tubular. So he's like, I feel like I'm there, and you just like, oh, hold on, actually, let me do that right. I'm like, yeah, I like to. It's like it's like a grounding feeling. I like to be very down to earth with shit. And so when it came to doing Catacombs, it reminded me of this song that I did called Cul-de-sac Highs. This is also on my SoundCloud. Like I said, bro, the progression. You can see the progression from everywhere. You'll see like from how I rap there to here, and it was just really funny because people would tell me that they would fall asleep to Cul-de-sac Highs. I'm like, the fuck? So I'm like, damn. Yeah.
Like,
So
my
that's
shit.
so I tell my mentor about it, and I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I guess maybe the song's too slow, or maybe it's just like, and he's like, no, that's a compliment. He said, when is the last time you ever heard somebody tell you that they went to sleep to something that they don't like? He said, if you make a song that someone can fall asleep to, that means you have tapped into a space where you have made someone literally so comfortable that they are that relaxed that they can fall asleep to it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, oh, you know what? So I used to take that as like a diss. Cause you know how these internet motherfuckers was, yo, J. Cole make me fall asleep. Get the dick out your mouth, bro. Cause you're capping. You're capping 1,000,000%. I'm not trying to hear that shit. So when so that's why like at one point that'd be like, what the hell? But then making Catacombs, literally when I made Catacombs, I was asleep.
I was asleep
In the studio.
I walked in there with them, and I'm tired. Like, we're both just tired, and I don't think I got much the night before. And I sit down on the couch, and he's like, "Oh yeah, we forgot Catacombs. Let's just. Oh, you got the track ready? All right, bet. Cause K.O. be on it. And then we get inside. He gets inside the booth. I think I hear like the very beginning of Catacombs, and then I wake up and the song's over.
Yeah, I was done.
I was out.
I'd finished recording the whole thing.
They was probably bouncing it by the time I woke up.
Literally, when she woke up, the song was done.
And I was like, "Oh, we finished."
Yeah, except what Eccentric just said. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Literally, like it's over.
It's over.
What happened? What we
Did the
did?
beat go off?
We
The
done.
beat go off. Yeah,
we
so
finish it?
yeah, we done is crazy.
We done?
Are we
done?
done? Yeah, we're
No.
done. But yeah, like
I ain't help not one bit.
that whole I just love the song of Catacombs and the story of Catacombs. It's really on some as above so below shit, which is why I named it Catacombs.
I love them.
And I still haven't seen it, which is crazy. I know. I want to see that movie. I just never got the chance. You know, it was like when I missed like Ant-Man. Like I had just never gotten the chance to see it. And then when I finally saw it, I was like, I like this movie. I knew I was gonna like this movie. I just wanted to see it. I just hadn't seen it.
Yeah.
Chris,
But I told you this. I've been told you this. That I just had to...
You act like I remember stuff like this. Y'all, that movie is one of my favorite horror movies. I love that movie. I've seen it about 3 times. And this man gonna tell me he ain't never seen it and we haven't watched it together? Are you kidding me? We need to fix it.
We can get it together. Get it together.
Watch that movie? No, because Chris over here being a dad.
But that's the thing, like, that's crazy. But like, we could definitely like, I mean, any medium I consume becomes material in a song at any point in time. And so like, when it nigga said dad's dad, that's crazy. But freaking, but like, yeah, just even making that, it was like very sullen because the video concept behind that song is me in a bar, this is Western again, and it's liquor all in my liver, smiling while I take pictures, focus constantly drifting, can't take hold of this feeling. And at that point I'm looking across the bar and there's a woman and I lock eyes with her, and this is like the first night we've ever met, but you can see like an instant connection. So throughout the song, you know, act like they friendly but deadly as enemies. I won't tell you twice, they some likings, they stay awake hoping that you never see your dreams, like that. It's because the woman that I start to have this beautiful connection with is actually the sheriff's wife. And so through that, it becomes like a thing where me and her are like together, and I'm like, let's leave. We can leave together. So we leave together, but the thing is, while we were in the bar talking, one of the deputies saw this shit and he went to tell the sheriff. So then they follow us back to my ranch, and I die. I get shot. Like they kill me at the ranch. So that's what the whole song is built kind of off of that, off of the fact that like I get blasted because of that. And so all this eccentric, literally one of the cruxes of that was like a John Marston moment. And it was just like, yo, this is such a, like, to dip into the southern drawl, when someone is saying something crazy to someone in the South, one of the responses is, fuck I look like. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like, fuck I look like. So I say, okay, well, what's the email friendly version of that, right? And that's, so I say, take a look at my features. So take a look at my features. Fuck I look like. Bear along is my reaches. Don't get close, I might reach it. Trying to catch a man sleeping, so they ride around with that Nina. And that's all tapping into the southern shit. And like don't get close, I might reach it is like, you know, quick draw. Very Western shit. But because like I'm damn near like an outlaw, and I'm doing all this shit because I'm like, yeah, we can leave. Because when I tell you the whole concept of this being a urban Western, like Wrong Turn 1 was not named Wrong Turn, and it was the last song. Wrong Turn was gonna originally be me and my nephew, because my nephew raps too. So it was originally gonna be me and him, and I would rap the first half of the song, and I would slowly fade away because I had gotten killed in the other song. And then he would pick up after me. And so all the videos, all the concepts, everything that I had for that original concept are fucking fire. Like I can definitely still do this shit, but it would have to, of course, be like different songs now. But man, like it was brilliant idea, but money. So it would take money. It would take a lot of money to then do money.
Y'all hear that?
To then
Y'all
do
clip that. Clip that.
Everything.
Money.
Everything costs money to do. So
Money.
to buy all the costumes for it, to get the set pieces, to find somewhere. There are places in Georgia that still look like the old West type shit. So it's like just to do all that shit costs. Everything costs. So yeah, Catacombs that's what it was based on. And even that's why I love like the who was it? When I played the album for E Bunny B, she did such a fantastic fucking job of pulling this one line up. Cause I said, focus on loving my family. If they leave, then I fell through the canopy. And even that right there, like, y'all know what a canopy is. You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of fucking leaves covering something. So focus on loving my family. If they leave, then I fell through the canopy. Steady being the man that I said I'd be, but the mirror is sick of my vanity. And Bunny was like, hold on, nigga. Like, she like, because she was like doing her makeup while I said that. And she said, hold on, pause. I pause it. She says, did you just fucking say the mirror is sick of my vanity? And I'm like, yeah, bro. She's like, nah. Nah. Like,
mirror,
she's like, yo, you're doing. Yeah, she's like, you're doing too much. Because that's crazy. I'm like,
because I'm like, bro. Isn't a mirror also called a vanity?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm smart. Okay, cool.
She caught that shit. She was like, nah, that's fucking crazy. Even in like Shadows, the line of cause y'all gamers, y'all could catch some shit like this. At the end of the first anthem, and you gonna see their true actions. Sitting type smack through Instagram captions, I bypass them. I'm moving like Cassius. Caution, they're all snakes, so check boxes. Don't give them time to vent. The imposters that watch every move you make but can't spot the. So what game line did you hear?
Among Us.
Among Us.
Now, slow it down. I just did you. Now, I'm moving like Cassius. Caution, they're all snakes, so check boxes. That's Metal Gear Solid. You see what I'm saying? Like, so.
Yep. Good night, y'all.
They're all like,
it was a pleasure. It was a pleasure.
We didn't get it.
No, I'm not a gamer. I just heard the imposter part.
You know what I'm saying? So,
that's what I heard.
That's nuts. Niggas just laugh.
Yes,
man said roll those.
Roll the credits.
Oh, the credits. In my head, I already got the edit ready. The boom.
Yeah, this man's loud and stupid.
Oh my gosh.
All that shit. And even like, bro, Shadows, the second verse especially is so hard. Cause yeah, let me just keep fucking all up. So there's a hole up. They've been trying to find where I'm holed up. Smoke a J, looking for dealers. They doing donuts and fiending. Scratching on their skin until it bleeds. They've been coming at me from all sides. Dodecahedron, but watch 12. They pop shells, TMNT, then they lock cells and toss keys for get released. In a few days, be in the A, recording knees. Let the record play, they feel the heat, and then repeat. You know? Well, then you say breathe, Chris.
Oh, but, breathe, Chris. Sorry.
Yeah, so that whole shit is nuts. But let's break it down, right? Hold Up. They've been trying to find where I'm Hold Up. Smoke a J looking for dealers. They doing donuts, right? So if and Zion knows this, there is a producer named Jay Dilla, and the last album he made before he died was Donuts. Smoke a J looking for dealers. They doing donuts and fiending, scratching on their skin until it bleeds. They've been coming at me from all sides. Dodecahedron, but watch 12. They pop shells. TMNT. So one, I just did a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle line.
Sure did. I heard that shit right away.
Yep. So who's 12?
The cops.
The cops.
Yeah. But what is a dodecahedron? It's a 12-sided shape. They've been coming at me from all sides, dodecahedron, but watch 12, they pop shells, TMNT, then they lock cells and toss keys, forget release. And like, you know what I'm saying? In a few days, be in the A, recording these, let the record play, they feel the heat, and then repeat. Breathe, Chris. I know, you're right, doctor.
You're right, doctor.
Rose from the concrete, how do I prosper? When those that surround me foster improper thought patterns, toe tag you if you brag, and they can't fathom how I create magic and they can't. My wizardry is outstanding. I'm serious. I'm not even at my peak and they want a piece. Watching every move, but they never see, right?
Footsteps.
So that whole shit, bro, definitely came and killed, because the reason why I say the line the way I do is because that was a Harry Potter reference. My wizardry is outstanding. I'm serious. I'm not even at my peak and they want a piece. And remember Sirius when they locked him in Azkaban, the nigga was at the peak of Azkaban. Everything is everything, bro. Nothing is nothing.
Yes. Even though that doesn't make sense when you just said it, but like everybody here. Nothing that this man puts in any song is there for no reason.
He literally said it when he was talking about the actual album cover. There's nothing on here that does not have a purpose. Everything has a purpose.
Nothing is true.
I ain't gonna hold you. When you said scratching and bleeding, I ain't gonna hold you. I thought you was gonna make a My Hero reference to what's his name? Shigaraki.
Oh,
I thought that's what you was gonna go with when I first heard it.
So I have not seen it. I haven't seen My Hero.
I need you to watch My Hero and make a fucking My Hero bar, because
like, bro, I actually have a My Hero bar when I made this a Persona song. And in the Persona song, I said, what I was like, damn, hold on. Cause I know the bar, but to just say the bar is like kind of bad. Like it's the lead up into that bar was I hope you notice the flow sick. My watch tick when I'm walking in the district. What's beneath the mask? It's all heat. We don't need no gas, and I get away with murder like my name was Baskin and bask in the light. I don't need companions to fight COD because my hand is slight. Keep it on my waist, big blicky grip on sight, but I want to deck you like my name All Might. So that shit was for like
Deku, and then
yeah. So like freaking very basic because I don't know the whole shit, but it made a lot of sense in that regard, because if you play Persona, you know, at a certain point they just give you a strap, and I was like, dang, this is crazy. I was like, damn, this is crazy. Nigga just gave me a blick, and I'm like a high school kid. This is crazy. So that's why I'm like the the Call of Duty sleight of hand, all that shit too. So, but yeah, everything is everything, bro. Like I have to write about things in my life because I can't be a kid in the suburbs writing about drill music and I ain't never been in that shit.
I feel that.
I have a question.
You have a question?
And I might have asked you this before, but my memory sucks, so I'm gonna ask again, and maybe other people want to know. But when did you decide? Because since you already had the idea of the urban western, when did you decide that you wanted me to help you with the album?
The idea of the urban western came like way before I knew you.
Right.
So when it came down to not having that idea anymore, it was because I didn't have enough money to do it. I couldn't do it. And I was like, well, so I don't know. I'll just probably just keep making these songs and see where it goes from there. Then I went to show someone else. Then that person said, oh, you should stop getting beats from there and do it like this. I started working with them. So I wasn't thinking about moaning, catacomb, nothing anymore. I completely wiped the slate clean again. Then I went to do all of that. And then I came back and I was like, wait, moaning is done. Like I started like we were talking about music and I went back to the song, I started playing it and I was like, yeah, man, this beat is so good. And then I was like, woke up this morning, I'm holding, I hit the phone, I ignore it, I place my faith in the orbit, my presence overdue, a human man with experience, enter in like a period, here to give you a series of lines to listen to. I'm never, what the fuck did I just stop? What? This song is done. This song is done. Why would I not use this song again? So that's when I started to rework the album to be more songs. At that point was when I knew you, when I started to rework everything. And I was talking to you about some of the music, and I remember that you were like you are an incredible vocalist. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. And I was like,
don't do that.
Don't do that. No self-slander around here. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't do that.
I almost dragged her out of here.
Bring that ass.
I drag her out the call, lying like that, bro.
Not drag me out. Oh, that's crazy.
Like yeah, like the Sandman.
Icon is Kawada.
Oh my
lord.
Chris
the
did it so it could shake whenever I spoke, but I don't have nitro anymore.
I'm gonna shoot people. But, we need to shoot people, get her back into the nitro. But yeah, it's a whole lot of gang shit. Not playing, but it got me to the point where I was like, yo, you know what? I think I might wanna do this because, like I said before, and it's something that I've actually talked to Seti Mac about as well. The hardest thing in music. One of the hardest things in music is collaboration, because to go back and let me shout out to you, Zion, because he said, hey bro, you got the quote of the week, niggas suck. Bottom line, niggas suck, bro. People fucking suck. Trying to get work done with people when you're trying to collaborate, it takes forever. Like right now, I'm trying to do like a verse for somebody and record something else for them, but I want it to sound really good. And usually I try to do it like when I'm at the studio, but when we were up there, I had no time. Everything had to go for the album. Literally everything had to go for the album. And I was like, bro, I didn't have no time to do it. And it was something super simple, and I felt terrible for it. So he's definitely asked me for it like since then. And I'm like, yeah, I definitely got you. Because the thing is, bro, like if you ask me for a verse, you're going to get the verse. You're going to get the verse. But now being a full-time content creator, it's kind of hard to just give verses without getting compensation. That's like the hardest thing to not have any compensation when just like doing verses for people, because I love doing music just to do music. But I have to eat, bro. You know, like my family has to eat. I have to pay bills now. Like there's like a lot of things that go behind that. Like I was working a job where I was getting paid every week. Twitch pays you every month. I need something else. I need something else, bro. And I'm not even, and it makes me feel like I'm like a beggar. But it's like, well, you're not. You're literally a full-time content creator. This is what you do.
Yeah.
So if this is what you do, then you should get paid for it. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. And like, if I can pay any other, that's why that cough secret project I was talking about, the reason why I haven't started working on that yet was because I want to be able to pay the people that collaborate on the project. I want to be able to give them like something, anything. Even though at a certain point in time, from all the music I've made and how I sound, there are a lot of folks that are like, bro, I'll just do this shit because it's you. They're like, see, like, hey, bro, you know, just saying. So yeah, like, I love doing shit for the love, but I know that motherfuckers gotta eat, bro. I know that you have a life outside of this. there are other things that you have to do, get done. Bills got to be paid, things like that of that nature. And I don't want to cheat anybody out of what I feel like you deserve. And if it means that I have to wait like over a year to 2 years to be able to pay everybody for a project, then that's just what's going to happen, unfortunately. But now I've seen we raised over $5,000 for this fucking project.
My thing is, I'm a thorough believer in like things will come. So even if you don't pay me in cash, right? You don't pay me in time. Like eventually, shit's gonna come to a head and everything's gonna work out. So that's why me personally, I have no problem. If you want something from me, if you want some music shit from me, ask Killums. I will fucking do it. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna do it because
Same.
one, it's my craft, and two, I need to practice anyway. I gotta challenge myself in practice anyway. So,
I get paid in experience. No.
I'm saying.
Give
I
me all of it.
college
The
credit.
experience.
So
Give
that's
it to me.
I can't relate with the music and stuff like that, but when it comes to like video editing and stuff, like for me, that's why I kind of like only like I'm to the point where I don't mind like people paying me and stuff like that. I even got like a whole spreadsheet of like the prices and stuff like that, but at the same time, it's like certain people I'll make an exception for because one, I need to practice, and I'm like the way my brain works right now, I'm kind of limited of what I kind of can like figure out what to do. But if somebody be like, hey, I need you to do this, this, and this, and this for me, and be like, I ain't never did that, but I'm gonna try my best and see what the fuck I can do. So yeah, like for anybody who's been in my stream before, and if I and see my newest raid video that I did, nigga, I fucking figured out how to fucking teleport. I figured out how to make myself go from I made myself go from the door to the top of my dresser to my bed, upside down in my chair, and then back up again, and change my clothes in an instance. Fucking phenomenal. But I want to try it with somebody else, you know? I just like I want to challenge myself, and that's why I kind of like some kind of do stuff for free, but at the same time, like, hey, I'm doing this for you, but donations are welcome.
You know what I'm saying, bro? Like,
If you want to slide me over some money, like
Yeah.
I would be upset.
A couple of dollars.
Just give me a burger or something
So
from
much.
McDonald's.
Right, you can feed me for the day. That's
Give me a
Double
shit.
down from KFC.
hey, I'll be streaming, bro, and somebody do exclamation mark treat, I'll be looking at you like you the treat. I'll be like, shit, what else you want me to eat?
Oh,
Like, bro. Cause I'm like, thank you, bro. Like if I'm streaming and I get hungry and then you order me something off that shit, I'm like, bro, I'm finna cry.
I did that.
You definitely did.
It's the looking at the camera for me.
My man knows I'm always trying to make sure that he eat, and he's like, Fives, stop spending all this money on me. I'm like, then stop not eating.
Yep,
and
and
then we
then
wouldn't have, stop saying you hungry on stream, and then
Yeah,
expect me
see-
not to fix that.
How does that? Hello?
how does that make you feel? And now Kale's mom is definitely correct because like I told you all earlier, I have
Oh yeah.
restarted my keto.
Keto,
So
yeah.
now I have to take all of that off.
Damn.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, I didn't realize you
Yep.
started your keto again.
Yep.
I'll be right- So I'm gonna disappear real quick. I'll be right back.
You good?
Yes,
You
ma'am.
good?
Right back.
I just
But speaking of, I had a question for the people who have listened to the album. Do you hear Chris after I say, how does that make you feel? Do y'all hear what he does after that?
I'm trying to think because my brain is like all over the place right now.
Laugh.
No, it's okay. It's okay if you don't remember what he does, but it's super quiet, and I always wonder if anybody notices it. But he does giggle.
Mhm.
We are gonna listen to the album in the after party too, so that would be a great time.
Yeah, so just listen out for the giggle. I feel like you have to have your headphones on, or you just have to have it super loud on speaker for you to hear the like, like it's like literally like a little giggle that he makes, because I'm like, how does it make you feel? Like I make a face when I say it while in the booth, because whenever we did the scenes, we're in the booth together.
We were talking about it, and I had written an outline for it. Everything had an outline written for it. It was like scripted,
Yeah.
And so I was like, at this point, I want you to, and she read it exactly how I wanted her to do it. Was like instead of me saying, how does that make you feel? What I instead want you to do is hone in on that feeling and focus. And I'm like, yeah, that's exactly, and then it runs into the into that, and yeah, so definitely, yeah, there is I do laugh because I was like, yeah, you said it exactly how I wanted you to say it. They did a W job.
Yeah, he was doing a lot when he didn't need to do a lot by himself. So like whenever he was writing, I know he's writing the songs. There's a deadline. He was kind of panicky the whole time because I'm going through this with him. Even if I'm not necessarily writing any of the songs, I'm like, so how is writing that one song that's called That Name? How's that going? He's like, I'm like, okay, then we don't have to talk about it. We don't have to talk about it. It's fine. Like I just wasn't trying to stress him out more than he was stressing himself out because he didn't have certain songs finished. So then every once in a while, I'm like, okay, so what would you like me to say for the skits? And then he's like, oh, I actually hadn't. Oh no, it's fine. No, it's fine. I mean, like, I can write it. If you just give me like an idea of like what you want me to say, I can write it. And he's like, no, it's okay. And I was like, but okay, like I can help you write it because I can help. So eventually he did let me we would do it like in the studio, like while we were standing there. But I'm just like, I could write this. I know words in English. I'm an actress, I could say the lines. I mostly just wanted it so I could know it before we got to the studio. It was more out of like anxiety for me, but I'm like, just let me help you.
Yeah.
Understandable.
That's like the biggest thing for like musicians. I feel is like we don't ever want nobody to help us with writing ever.
Oh my god, especially
that was the skit though.
I get that. But it's both though. Like I'd be like, nah, because I ain't finna have nobody be like, yeah, so I was writing it. No, you was not, nigga. I wrote all this.
I wrote it.
Like, I wrote all this. I did all this, bro. Like, don't be, because there are folks who've like capped. There are people who have stolen my work before. Not, of course, not to say that you would do that, but like there are people who have stolen my work before.
I ain't gonna put my name on that.
They were like, but I put your name on that. So like, there's even like, where I was writing. There was this dude that like was copying me when we were in school when I was doing like poetry. And at one point, dude says, we're about to go shoot like a skit like for somebody else. Dude says, he says, what is it? Oh, what you writing, bro? And I was like, oh yeah, I'm writing this poem called Lames. And Lames is for it stood for Live Always My Exalted Sons. Thank you. And I was writing it because of like how people would treat people that they would just call lame in school and stuff like that. And so for Live Always My Exalted Sons, I ended up I'm writing it in front of him. And so he like has some paper and stuff himself. He pulls out his book bag and he starts writing. And I'm sitting here and then I look up and I was like, bro, what does that say? Also, bless you, yeah. I'm like, what's that? I'm like, what you writing, bro? And he was like, oh, just like this new piece. I said, what does that say at the top of the page, bro? And it said Lames. And I was like, well, you have dots in between it. What does that stand for? And he was like, live always. I said, erase it now. Erase it. Because he had done something like that to me before. And I was like, I'm not about to let you do that again. That's not about to happen again. We were in the we called it the Griot Circle. We were in the poetry club, and there was a line I had written because I was tired of people saying the word swag. I was very tired of swag.
Oh my god.
And so I was
Swag.
like, yeah. So I was like, I'm swaggerless. Yeah, I'm swaggerless. And before I master this, I'm gonna give them my ass to kiss. And I like continued the poem from there. We're all sitting in there like the next week for the poetry club, chilling. And next thing I know, he goes up there. He's doing like a piece, and in the middle of the piece, he says, "And before I master this, I'm gonna give them my ass to kiss." And the whole room kind of just goes, and he starts like kind of laughing, and everybody turns back and looks, because I was in the back. Everybody turns around and looks at me, and I was like, I don't know. like nigga didn't have my blessing. He didn't ask nothing about it or nothing, because I had written a poem called "Broken Like a Record." And so like the chorus of the poem was broken like a record, how am I coping? So that was the refrain I was doing. And in that poem, I shouted out a bunch of people in my poetry club by referencing their stuff in the poem. So whenever I did it, I would credit them, or I would like when I first did the poem, I did it in there, and I looked at each person when I said it, because people knew who did what. And so it was like an honorary thing. But this motherfucker was just taking lines. So when he started writing that shit and I saw him doing it, I was like, no. Go ahead and erase that, because no. And that was like me dealing with like folks that would take shit from me. Folks have stolen like whole poetry books from me before. A lot of my writing has been like stolen, like from middle school, high school, and even like into college, where folks would try to like imitate. And you know, they say imitation is the biggest form of flattery, and I think it is too. But to a certain extent, you can't just take somebody's words, bro. Like, how can you own words when you don't own your own words?
True.
Also a bar that I wrote. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit it's nuts to me, bro. Like, that's why people go so hard on ghostwriters. But I mean, now in this day and age, people don't care about shit when it deals with music. Is the beat fire? Can I sing along to it? Oh, I don't care what happened with it. I don't care who wrote it. I don't care what came of this or that or whatever. And so I'm like, oh, okay, well. So it stuff like that made me feel like my music wasn't ever going to be taken seriously. Because of like, you know, oh, go ahead.
I was about to say, it's the podcast. Take us seriously. I'm just kidding.
He said the podcast name of the podcast.
You did the thing. But that's like how I started feeling, was that like people down, like, because I'm in the South, you know, we want trunk knockers. We want something I can play in the club, something somebody can shake some ass to. But I don't make music like that. And so I always felt like, which dials back to what I said earlier, yeah, I feel like the city doesn't fuck with me. But then my friend was like, I feel like you don't fuck with the city. And he was very right, because I felt like no one was going to fuck with me off rip, so I put the wall up. And so he's like, you know what I'm saying? Which one we talking about? Maria Rosa? I put the wall up. And so I'm like, I need to step out. And I need to like put myself out there more.
I say, am I the only one that got that reference just now?
And with
I
this,
just wasn't looking at everybody. I was like, what?
And with this album, I'm definitely doing that. Like, cause I want to go perform. Someone has already offered to fly me out to their state to pay me like over $3,000 for a performance. So,
and me, apparently.
Yeah, and 5 too.
Apparently.
What?
So
he can use a backing track. I don't gotta be there.
So it's like, if someone is willing to do that, and I've been offered to come out and do things. Stop being nasty, folks. I've been offered to come out and like do artistry, like do my artistry and stuff like that. So like, I mean both for real. But
if you need a dreadhead hype man, let me know. I got you.
Hey, we just shake our head on the stage and everybody get hype. That's it. That's all you got to do.
Yeah,
but I really
play your tracks for you. I got you.
You know what I'm saying? So for somebody to like want to spin my shit like that or want me to even come out and do something like that, it's like, bro, like, pay me. If you think my work is that good, if you want to see it succeed, donate to me. Give me money, and I will make art. I will make something really good, bro. And I've
let me quit my. Oh,
you know what I'm saying? And let me quit my bullshit ass job.
Let me quit my 9 to 5 so I can make music for a living. Damn,
bro. And it's gonna be good, and it's not gonna be bad. I'm your friend that makes music that's actually good.
Yes.
Like, come on, bro. Believe me, I've done it 3 fucking times already.
Come on.
I did it with the last few days. I did it with the San Francisco EP. I just did it again. I made a full length project with the help of Micah. I did it. It came out. You love it. It's everywhere. There is something for everyone on this album. Guaranteed. Mm-hmm. There's something for literally every person on this album. There was somebody who shout out to Wing Chung, when we were making shadows and we were doing stuff in the studio, and Micah was in the Discord session watching us in the studio, and he's texting Micah and he says, yo, I don't listen to music like this, but Chris is going nuts. There are so many people who would tell me like the main thing I listen to is rock. The main thing I listen to is metal. But I fuck with this heavy. I love this. I'm telling other streamers to play this. I'm asking my friends to listen to this. I'm bumping this shit down the street in my car. I'm bumping this and it's like, bro, the more you do all of that, the more you put me in position to win, bro. Bro, just let me do it.
Here's the reason why I put you on the podcast. Just saying.
Really appreciate it too, bro. And I'm glad to even be here. Help me win so I can put all of us up, bro.
It's a whole circle.
So we can all eat. Everybody eats.
What was Killums? What was your New Year's resolution? What'd you say?
Fuck.
Oh my god.
I know what you're talking about, but the way that I word it, I can't. I'm pretty sure I can't say it verbatim.
All right, fuck it. I'll say it verbatim.
Okay.
Yo, this year, I'm taking y'all with me. We are all going up.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's exactly. That's exactly what I said. That's exactly what I said. Yep. I remember now. Yeah. I'm still true to my word. But sometimes the nigga forgets.
Crazy.
I feel that.
I guess I forgot it because that it's in my core now. It's just here. That's me now. So I guess that's why I forgot. It's like that's my whole plan. Hence the reason why I started this fucking podcast and bring different content creators on, because I know how hard it is to be a full-time content creator, because I am one as well. So seeing other people be full-time content creators and want to do that shit myself and not able to do it because you gotta make ends meet by working a damn job. So that gives them the motivation to like do this shit, and I bring them on, and then they get more like viewership, they get more exposure, and then have people check them out, and then boom pow pow is up. And then for the people who are already like past us, bring them down here. It's a full fucking circle.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, that's how I see it as. Hence the reason why I ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret, Chris. I kind of want to hold off and bring you here just a tad bit, because I kind of wanted us to be a tad bit bigger, so it kind of helps you out just a tad bit more. But you know, yeah.
Appreciate that, bro, for even thinking like that forward and wanting to do that. It's just been, bro, it's the same as like, because sometimes I do Talkative Tuesdays where like I'll bring a streamer on, I interview them, we have a conversation, and afterwards we play a game. And there was the biggest person I had on there was Struggle, because he has the Struggle Gamers. He had more followers than me at the time, and I think he still does right now. Like he has a big, he has a lot of fucking support, especially on Twitter. And like I fuck with Struggle, I fuck with a lot of really good people, bro. But at a certain point, bro, you gotta dial that shit back, because finding out like some people were just trying to get on there to like get their numbers up, and I'm like, the reason why that doesn't matter is because and say it with me, class, a follower is not a viewer.
Yeah, you're right.
A follower is not a viewer. I didn't see so many people on here, 27.5k followers, and they stream and it'd be 2 crickets in that bitch.
You're right.
Themselves and they bot.
You're right.
Themselves and they bot.
Yo,
you're right.
My crickets.
Yo, you know what I'm saying? It'd be 2 crickets and a bird in that motherfucker, bro. And the bird trying to eat the cricket. So you finna have one fucking viewer, nigga. like, bro.
Yeah.
And that shit is real, bro. Like, I done been followed by certain people, or like I've seen certain people have like, I mean, bro, I seen somebody who has so many fucking followers, bro, who've been working at this for a long ass time.
Not the ants.
And they go live, bro. And you'd swear they just started streaming.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd be like, dang, what? I'd be like, bro, I feel like 50 Cent. Damn, homie. In high school, you was the man, homie. The fuck happened to you? Bro, swear. That's how I be feeling, bro. That is exactly how I be feeling. Thank you, Honeyco, for the follow as well. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you. I greatly appreciate that.
I ain't gonna hold, like, when it comes to like, 3 things. One, you are, you and somebody else are my inspiration on the. No, you and T-Pain. You and T-Pain are my motivation when it came to this podcast. I'm not gonna hold you.
I feel like that's racially motivated.
How is that racially motivated? It's because both of y'all got dreads.
He gets.
Nigga, I got dreads too. Come on now.
Like, it's him, T-Pain, and Wale all the time. Snoop Dogg. Like, name a black
Snoop
guy
Dogg.
who does music or sings sometimes or had dreads at some point who happens to be dark skinned.
Have you seen T-Pain's podcast?
Yeah.
That shit is fire, and I want to do that shit. Not in the same verbatim way, but just like,
of course.
That's what I want to do. And before I had Shion and Kay on, I legit was gonna be. It was just gonna be me and whoever else I brought on, and we was gonna sit and talk, interview, and stuff like that, and then goddamn play a game. But then I was like, you know what? 1, I feel like I'm dick riding. 2,
Obama.
The way I work, I will go blank so fucking quick, and I need help when it comes to like keeping a conversation going. So that's why I was like, let me get like 2 other people. And the reason I chose these 2 is, well, first I want a dude and I want a woman, because the real bigger reason why I want a woman, because I want another mindset than the guys.
Yep, different perspective.
Yeah. So, and that's why I thought about that. And then I was like, fuck, who can I get on this motherfucker that probably would be free? And I was just like, you know what? Kay and Shion is always around, so let me go ask them. And they was like, fuck yeah. I was like, fuck yeah, let's get it. So
Let's do it.
And then and another thing, you said something about Struggle. I would love to have Struggle on here, but I ain't gonna hold you. I'll be terrified.
Struggle's wild, bro.
He wild as hell.
Our interview was so fucking funny, bro.
Oh my god.
I've been
That's
told
terrible.
whenever I see him, I avoid him like the plague. That is what I've been told by several different people who don't necessarily know each other, but they've all been like, "Yeah, Five, stay away from that man." I'm like, "Okay, good."
And it's not in a bad way. she was told that because he wild. It's like, you know, 5 is very like not wild. So like,
I am not. That is correct.
So like, struggle be mad out of pocket, bro. Like he be
I watched that man with my eyes open the entire time, just like.
Yeah, he be going crazy. So it's like struggle's a W fucking content creator, and I'm like, yeah, just he be going crazy.
He in his motherfucking bag right now.
And it's not just him; it's also like the people he be hanging out with in his Discord. They wild as fuck too. To match that energy. So I'm
everybody
just
wild.
Damn, this whole community.
I love them folks. Yeah.
And I feel that because that's how I am with like my community, because your community is based off of you. And if you're in my community or you're friends with me, there's only two angels or non-innocent people that I know that are friends with me, and that's Fives and that's Virgo. Them the only two. Other than that, if you're friends with me or you part of my community, you're a fucking heathen. Off rip. I'm just saying.
You talking about Virgo baby?
Yeah, Virgo baby. Yeah.
Love Virgo.
You're a fucking heathen. Hey, it is what it is. I just attract heathens. I don't know why. I just do. Yes, because I'm a heathen. It's okay. I like being a heathen.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Birds of a feather and all that.
I don't remember who it was, but somebody said, and then I got like super emotional about it. I'm gonna try not to get emotional about it right now. But there was somebody who said like, "Oh yeah, Five, I would never expect you to like be in Chris's community." And I was like, "But why not? He's cool. He got locks. I like those. So he cool. And he's hilarious. What do you mean? He's a great content creator, streamer. I watch this man stream every day. Like if he streamed every day, I'd be like, I need to be there. Like
literally
I get sad
gets
when I'm
mad.
not there. He knows that. I get very upset. I'm like, Chris, why'd you, bro? You streaming right now? I'm at work. But I was like in the community and it was like, I remember specifically like Chaotic and Demon and Train and different people that were like all like not necessarily what I would consider like the heathenists. I'm just gonna use heathen because you said it, Killums. But like everybody knows who I am, and like, but they still welcome me into the community even if I don't speak like that. I don't talk about certain things. There's stuff that I don't know. Good jokes go over my head, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's okay, Fives. You're adorable. You're so cute. You're adorable." And so when it came to like just any community and being like feeling good about myself, like that is what Chris's community does and did at the time that person was like, "Oh yeah, I would never expect you to be in that community because, you know, they talk about everything and they're not scared to do it." And I'm like, yeah, because I be in the conversations like, "Oh, that's crazy." And not say nothing because I don't know nothing about none of this. And I had to like sit there and think about it. What they do for me is like, I can literally come into the Discord and I just like, "Guys, I'm back from work," and I'm wearing whatever, and they're like, "Oh my God, Fives, why you look so cute? Let me see the outfits. Show the outfits. Do a circle. Do a twirl. Come on, let me see. Okay, shoes. Okay, hair. Okay, shirt." Like it was always like big support some more. Oh, did we forget that part of the supporting? Oh yeah, we got support here. And I just felt really loved and like appreciated in his community. And I had come from a different community that like nothing's wrong, but I definitely don't go into the Discord anymore, and I don't necessarily talk to them anymore, and I don't feel like I didn't feel respected anymore, and like I was almost like forgotten about in a sense. And because Chris's community like welcomed me with like open arms, I remembered like, oh, this is what it feels like to be valued. This is what it feels like to have like worth in a community, which I was not getting anymore in this one. And it just made me sad. Like I was just really sad, like having that thought process and getting to the fact that like, dang, I am not really cared about anymore in this community. Like, you know, I don't see them in my streams anymore. We don't talk on Discord. I used to go into the VCs all the time. We don't do that anymore. And like, there was somebody that I watched all the time, and I would get mad if I missed their streams, and now that person is now Chris. Like, I put all my support. I'm a mod in his Discord and his chat. Like, I'm always trying to support him, see everything, and do this and the other. And it was like trying to see how much he cares about me here, and like how much he respects his community and the people that help him out, his mods and all that. Like, this person does not do that. So I feel like as a person in Chris's community, like, this, it's all love and support and family and hanging out, and like the disco goes crazy.
It does.
Like, I love being in a disco, even if I'm in there just like sitting, chilling. It's just me. Somebody pop, da-doom, da-doom. Hey, what's up, y'all? Hey, what y'all doing in here? Nothing. You want to do nothing with us? Oh, heck yeah! And then it turns into something.
Then,
It's like,
like, God damn,
yeah,
where the fuck y'all come from?
Swear to
Especially
God.
Chris in there, everybody about to pull up. Chris can sit there for like 5 minutes, and then he's like, I might as well.
Yep.
Man, I think it was last year. Last year, this man, like, this is when I was really heavy into the disco, and I think the record was a whole week. Like, it was somebody in the fucking Discord for a whole week. I was like, damn, that shit crazy. That was actually around the time I did my first marathon.
It was, because you popped in
Yeah.
a couple times while you were doing it. You asked me, you were like, is it okay if I like pop in while I'm streaming? I'm like, yeah, but just be careful because we don't know what everybody gonna be talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Gotta let somebody know, like, hey, I'm streaming, y'all. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Filter on.
yeah, literally.
I actually just did a second one not too long ago. Shit was lit. I did it way long because I think my last marathon was like 5 days. This time it was 15.
I gotta at least ask my question.
Oh yeah, you definitely gotta ask your question. Go ahead.
All right, cool. So, Chris,
Why are you about to sit, bro? It's supposed to be some bullshit, bro. Yo, it's so great. I still go like this. I'm like, man, come on, bro. Exactly how I felt playing Star Wars Survivor, and I was like, hey, bro, what you just said don't make no sense. Oh, come on, bro. This mother lover finna do something crazy, man. What's up? What's the question, bro?
so have you ever been flown out?
Flew out. Let me see. Kinda. Never plane, but
I think we got our first one. All right, go ahead.
He just said never playing though.
never plane. But I have been like,
Oh,
hey,
so you mean drove out?
you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I need you to do this. So let me give you some money.
We're gonna get one. We're gonna get one of these days.
Give you some money, but. Hey, look, bring me back on the podcast in like maybe like half a year. I'll guarantee you I'll probably ain't gotten flued out by then.
I've always wanted to get flued out. I'm trying to get flued out too. I said that the other day to my friend, and they were like, flued? And I was like, right. English is your second language. You don't understand this. Okay, so it's kind of like flu, but now we're saying flued because it doesn't sound right. It's actually wrong English. Don't listen to me, but this is like an internet thing. And they're like, I'm too old for this. And I'm like, no. It's just a dumb internet thing. We're just pronouncing it wrong. It's not really like
flown out.
Flued out, flown out, you know. I like flued.
I think I just interrupted the whole flow. God fucking damn it. No, that's my bad.
Congratulations.
No, you're fine.
I played myself.
No,
Shut up.
Didn't.
Shut up.
Slang is hard. Slang is easy because you can just make that
You're doing
shit up.
a fantastic job.
I got a question, and he the reason why I made this damn question a long time ago. Oh shit.
Okay, yeah, ADHD done kicked back in. Let's get
It sure did.
So,
What's good, piece of cake?
fuck. Actually, it still works. Okay. Let's just pretend you had Kale, right? I say pretend. You had... Anyway, let's pretend that Kale was actually a girl instead, right? Okay? Cool. Karyana wasn't there. And you and Kales went out on like a little, you know, daughter father date. And y'all went out to eat. And she had to pee. And you're the only parent there. what you gonna do?
I'm definitely taking her into the men's bathroom
So you're taking her to the men's instead of the women's,
because I can't go in there.
but you have a daughter though.
But I'm the adult. So as the adult, I have to go to my restroom with my daughter, and her name would have been Kai.
Okay.
Because Kariana loves Dragon Ball Z, so like Supreme Kai. Yeah, that's why her name would have been Kai.
You're just out here just naming your children God. That's crazy.
Right.
Bro,
He's a god.
I picked Kale's name when I was 7. I've had Kale's name in my mind since I was 7.
You remember when he said when he says things it just manifests, remember that
like,
you know
he
what
was 7 years old. And that came from you know what I'm saying? And that came from so peep. This is a movie that I know a lot of people haven't seen. Right? Old movie. Came out in the year 2000. The movie's ahead of its time. The movie is called Titan AE. It is one of the greatest movies I've ever seen. Titan AE and Treasure Planet have the same fucking story. But Treasure Planet came out a few years after Titan AE. You could watch Titan AE literally right now, and you would be like, this probably just came out like a year or so ago. Like, you see what I'm saying?
I've seen this movie, yeah.
Titan AE is a fantastic title, bro. The main character's name in Titan AE is Kale. He was going through not having his father with him and having to be raised by other people. This is my life. This is what I have dealt with. But he was always destined to do something really, really great. I connected with this character so much that I said, when I have a son, he will never have to go through what I had to go through and this missing piece of myself. And so I'm gonna name him Kale. But the person in the movie, his name is Kale, C-A-L-E. I named Kale with a K because when my mother named me, she wanted to name me Christopher, but she said I want to name him Christopher with a K because the K is going to make him special. And so I passed that to my son. And she is the inspiration behind Stairway to Heaven because I lost my mother earlier last year. So yeah, everything is everything. Nothing is nothing.
Hey, this lo-fi music ain't helping shit. Hold on. Good Lord.
When you go back to listen to Stairway to Heaven, the first verse of Stairway to Heaven is me speaking as my mother. So when you listen to it this next time, you will understand a million times more.
Okay.
Crazily enough, I loved making this entire album, and I did not understand how much of an impact that Stairway to Heaven was gonna have. I now cannot count how many people have told me that they cried to that song. That is actually my that what you just pulled up, Killings on YouTube. That's actually my that's Matt, my Matt from my keyboard and stuff.
Oh shit.
That picture is my Matt. Yeah. Like, so all that when we listen to the album for the after party, ask me fucking anything.
Okay.
You gotta answer to everything, so.
He sure does.
Yep, you will never.
In-depth answers. In-depth.
You
answers.
just won't. The only time he ever be stumped is if you ask him a question about what I think, and then he's like, "Well, Ask Five.
Yeah, that's fine. Five told me she felt like this, and I don't know the rest. So
Mm-hmm.
Dang, that's crazy.
she'll have.
She
something
made
else
this
to
face
tell
that one time, so maybe she thought this.
Cariana said that is not an after party song. Yeah, after the party's over. But yeah,
Yeah.
like I mean, even if you like look at everything means something. Even if you look at the titles, we went from to form, and to form, and then first steps. So first steps is, oh yeah, like thank you for taking your first steps with this exercise. Thank you so much for doing that, right? Because Kate, you've heard it. So thank you for taking your first steps into this. And this is for you to let go.
And she said it right in there. Yep.
Yeah. And talk about your mother. And so it's the first steps on the stairway to heaven. And even like for photosynthesis, at the end she's like, we had a breakthrough. And I'm like, yep. And she's like, I say same time next week. And she says, I'll text you. So with the album being named what it's named.
And he didn't read my text message. That's what he's saying. Y'all heard it.
The next track is called Unread.
The next session, bro, we was doing so good.
Yo, Donlo's reaction to that was so funny. Donlo, and of course, I'm not saying this about you, Five. Donlo's reaction to the end of First Steps, when she said, "How about we talk about your mother?" Donlo's reaction was, "Bitch, for what? We were just having a great time."
Donlo was so mad.
Donlo was so mad at that part, and it was just so funny. She said, "Bitch, for what? We were just having a great time. Like, why would you do? Why would you do that?" And and that's the whole point of that, to have you at this really like, okay, so I've been cruising the whole album. Okay, we here, and now I'm gonna drop the roller coaster. Now we're down here. At this point in the album, things have taken a turn, and now we're hitting the, okay, this is sad. This is sad. Okay, so how do we come out of this? We don't. Now we're alone. Now we're in this part, and my therapist is trying to bring me out of this downward spiral, and she's like, "Hey, you're not alone, but it's too late. I'm in this dark part of my mind. So shit, nigga, you always gonna be alone, nigga." And that's wrong turn starting. And then it runs into that, and then I come to a realization in there, and then photosynthesis. So yeah. We don't even have to do all this because we're gonna listen to it. So
yeah,
since it'll be since it'll be Shion's first time listening to it, I can't.
It'll be my second time because I listened to it before the stream started.
Yeah, you're right. But there's something that you missed that I'm pretty sure you didn't catch because you had to do a certain something to actually catch that shit.
Yeah.
I didn't catch it at first until I looked at the stream and I was like, "This nigga here is wilding."
Stream.
Oh my god! And I'm gonna do it here.
Five, he's talking about. He's talking about this.
Oh yeah.
Look at his eye, like, all right. It's okay.
Oh man.
Were you there for that, Kay?
I sure wasn't.
You wasn't?
Great.
I mean, she was there, but I don't think she was there for that part.
I was there, but I definitely.
I know you were in and out because you were busy. Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, I was in there tuned in because I was writing down questions. I was 2 hours late for stream, watching that shit.
What's up? What's up, baby? I still can't handle the perfection of it all. I love you so much, Liv. Thank you so much for saying.
What up,
that.
Bevs? To be honest with y'all, if y'all got any more questions, we can legit go to the after party now. Now I'm thinking about it.
I'm with it.
Bye.